Hi and welcome along to the Don Robbie channel. We are here for Match Day Live, the big game today, 12:30 kickoff, Manchester United versus Leeds United. Right, I had to get it in because Joe would kill me, right? He's like, he doesn't like when people are saying United and it's not Leeds United, right? But it's a massive game today, of course, kicking off the season. Let's just get the rules in place before I introduce our guests. Nobody in this studio or out there is allowed to mention or talk or discuss the word Arsenal in the stream, right? I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. I've heard too much about it. I'm still hurt about it. I'm trying to get over it. Do not mention it, right? Got that clear? Good. Shut up, right? But no, this is a massive game today, and here to watch along the game on our Match Day Live, we've got our guests representing Manchester United, good friend of mine, Neeks,
yes, Robbie.
From Neeks Sports, of course. Big up yourself, man. Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for having me.
And representing Leeds United, he's done a long trip today to get here, but we're really grateful to have you here. We got Joe from Just Joe Football.
Yeah,
Big
man.
up.
Yeah, man. Thank you
Great
for having
to have
me,
you, bro.
man. Yeah, man. I'm buzzing.
Oh, good. And of course, we've got our resident here, Abbi Summers, in the building as well. Abbi, great to have you here as well, as usual.
Thank you. We've got a long day together today.
We've got a long day today because later on we're going to be doing the Norwich-Liverpool game as well. So look out for that later on. Abby's going to be hosting that one. First of all, if I find out from the guys how they're feeling, let's see what the teams are. We'll start off with the Manchester United team first. It's De Gea in goal. Ooh, yeah. Thinking about that, is that a surprise?
No, Henderson's got COVID. So,
Oh, is it?
I mean, unless we're going to put Tom Heaton there, then that's the only...
Okay. Do you think if he hadn't have had that, he'd have started?
Literally 50-50. I would be happy with De Gea, but I don't know what's going on in Ollie's mind when it comes to the keepers. We've got 3 Premier League quality keepers. Yeah. He is a good keeper, but I'm happy with De Gea.
All right. Shaw at left back, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka at right back. And in the midfield of Fred and McTominay. Just in front of them, James, of course, Leeds were trying to sign before he went to you guys from Swansea.
The real United.
Fernandes and Pogba, and up front, Greenwood. You happy with that team? It's kind of like where's all the new faces, man?
Well, Sancho's on the bench, Varane. I mean, Chelsea signed Lukaku in about 2 weeks. We announced Varane about a month ago, and we ain't got him yet. So I don't know what's going on there. I think that's going to be done.
Well, you did take about 2 years to sign Sancho.
Exactly.
Be patient. He's coming.
Right, it's that midfield of McFred that when you play a midfield like that, the only thing important is a win, because it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be great. We did beat them with them 2 in the midfield earlier, like last season. But I wanted to see Van der Beek, something a bit different, because the football wasn't great last year.
I think if you'd have gone with Matic, though, I think we'd have overrun. Because I know in pre-season it's been Matic and Van der Beek, but I think obviously he's gone for safety first, otherwise we'd have overrun you in there.
Right, let's take a look at Man United's bench. It's Juan Mata, Dalot, he's still there.
Yeah.
Andres Pereira back as well, isn't he?
Yeah, hopefully not for long.
Danny Van der Beek, Tom Heaton, Jadon Sancho, of course, is the player that we all looking forward to see today. Get on at some stage, apart from Joe, obviously. Brandon Williams, Anthony Martial, and Nemanja Matic. Right, let's go now to the Leeds team. In goal for Leeds is Meslier, Cooper, Koch, and Strike. Then you've got in a midfield of Rafinha, Click, Dallas, and Aylin. Harrison and Rodrigo Moreno, that is, just in front of them. And up front, Patrick Bamford, who had a great season last year. Can he follow it up this year? And then on the bench is Jamie Shackleton, Tyler Roberts, Calvin Phillips. Doesn't make the starting lineup. Of course, got to the final with England. How much pre-season has he had?
He's played about, I think he played in a Leeds 11, which was just basically kids, about 45 minutes of competitive like football. So it's not ideal, because I think the reverse fixture, when we drew 0-0, he sort of pocketed Bruno. I'm a little bit concerned he did.
I'm not saying it.
So I'm a little bit concerned that he's not starting, to be honest. So it's a big loss.
And then you've got Helder Costa, Klassen, Sam Greenwood, and Somerville. So that is the Leeds team, and of course you've heard the Man United team. And Abbi, two strong teams. Two strong teams, but
Yeah.
I was hoping to see Sancho maybe get a start.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, 2 years. I mean, he's fit, he's ready, he's back. So I did think he'd go straight into that side, to be fair. But, you know, I like how Leeds are set up, very attacking. They haven't come to Old Trafford to just sit back and, you know, play the low block, which I think works in your advantage as well. And I think that's why you've picked the midfield that you've picked. So unfortunately, you've got McFred because of them.
I mean, do you think United, even though they're playing at home, do you think with the team that you've got out today that it will be that counter-attacking United that Ollie seems to like? Or do you think that he's going to change up his tack this season and actually attack teams? Because you weren't great at home last season, were you?
We had a brilliant, I think we were unbeaten away from home. Home was a different kettle of fish. Leeds are an anomaly. How you play Leeds is different to every other team in the Premier League. So I couldn't even look at this game and say, oh, based on this is how we're going to play going forward. But this season, I expect Ollie has to play a more, not necessarily attacking brand of football. I think we played attacking, it just wasn't very attractive, it wasn't very quick, passing, etc. But I expect us to be more on the front foot, sustaining attacks. When you bring in players like Sancho, and hopefully Van der Beek gets more games, that's what you expect from those players. So this game for me is normally you win the game and it's done and you wait to the Ellen Road fixture. But going forward, I think every Man United fan expects a better brand of football. Okay,
listen, big up to everybody who's been making comments. I'm loving it, apart from the Arsenal stuff. I told you, so behave yourself, right? Love all the people who are loving the new set. Thank you very much, our Premier League set. Guys have worked really hard on it, so thank you very much for that.
I think it's me that they're loving on the screen, not the
And BB says, Just Joe Football Show. Says big up to you. Nicholas Griffin also says big up Joe. Annie O'Meal says, go on, Joe, mate. MOT says,
yeah, man,
right?
see.
And Tejas says, I'm only here for Abbi. He says, right? So
They better still be here. They better still be here at 5:30.
Now, listen, this game, I remember, I'm old enough to remember that this game used to be like one of the hottest rivalries.
Yeah.
In football, Leeds versus Manchester United. Leeds absolutely hate Man United. Explain why to some of those fans out there who don't, because you guys are down in the Championship for such a long time. There's a lot of people who don't understand the rivalry. They're like, well, yeah, Leeds ain't next to Leeds. Is not. It's not Leeds. It's not Man City. It's not Liverpool. Why is it that Leeds hate Man United so much?
Yeah, I mean,
explain why. I mean, there's a lot of people who hate Man United, right? But why in particular Leeds?
Well, it goes back to the War of the Roses, Yorkshire versus Lancashire, you know, white versus red. We just can't stand them, mate. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? I guess it doesn't help they were really successful for a period of time as well. Not so much now, which is good to see. But yeah, it goes way back. I think as a Leeds United fan, when you grow up, it's just the colour red. Like, that's it. You just don't do it, you know. It's just
you never
bred.
wear red.
Yeah, it's just bred in. Yeah, we just.
So you never wear red.
I maybe have done on occasion. I have a red pair of trainers, but know that I get digged out for it. I remember when we were sponsored by 32 Red, I have friends that wouldn't buy that shirt just because it said red, even though it was in blue.
That's mental.
Yeah, serious. It goes mad. There's a girl that I know. Her dad, I mean, she was on the BBC speaking about he wouldn't even let her press the red button or anything like that. Serious. No, I'm serious. Yeah, Lucy.
I love this, man.
Shout out Lucy. It goes.
It sounds like the Bloods and the Crips.
It goes deep. Honestly, it goes deep. So yeah.
That's mental. Press the red button.
Listen, everyone hates us. Obviously, they hate us a bit more. I don't know why you mentioned Man City. They're like,
what they?
Out your league.
Relax.
Listen, talking of that. Are United this season going to win the league?
No.
What?
We're not going to win the league. I'm not.
Listen, no, what
you didn't bring me here to make a fool of myself.
No, what more do you need to win the league?
I think to win the league, we need a manager on the level of Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel.
New manager, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think we need.
So you think that's the only thing that will let you down, the manager?
Yeah,
because you got the team.
I put it like this. I think if Tuchel or Klopp was managing this exact team, I will go into the season like, I think we're going to win the league.
Why do you think that is, just in terms of like tactical nous and things
Yeah,
like that?
tactical, in-game I think in-game management more than anything.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening in training. We don't see the training, but I don't mind the formation, the players, etc. But it's those in-game, the moments that you need to change the game, where you see something happening and you don't change at that moment, like we saw in the Europa League, like we've seen at different times, and we end up losing those big games or not winning games where Man City would make those changes. Of course, Man City's got a great squad, but Tuchel won the Champions League against Man City, so you can still cope even against a team like Man City in your
league. Like obviously you beat us 6-2. I tried to get it out of my memory. But then at Ellen Road, Ollie just went with the same team, same tactics. Bielsa switched it up, it was 0-0. He's gone with near enough the exact same lineup again, do you know what I mean? It's like he hasn't thought maybe what Leeds are going to do. He's just gone, right, well, that one's 6-2. We'll just put them out and hope for the best. I think there's a difference.
But I think
levels.
also what there is there's the level of expectation at Manchester United from above isn't that of a Chelsea, for example. I'm not saying Man City because Pep's just been successful, so it is what it is. But Chelsea managers know that if they don't do X, Y, Z, they're getting sacked. Whereas Man United managers, including Ollie and the ones before, top 4 keeps your job, which is not a ceiling you want to be at. Those managers need to be pushed to say, if you don't win the league, your job's at risk.
But you could arguably say that because obviously all the success that Sir Alex had, and then you went through that transition. I know it's like nearly 10 years now, probably. About 10 years since he left, right?
Yeah, well, since
he left.
Yeah. It's, 8
so
years.
it's been such a long time, and obviously you went through a transition, but I think their expectation was, you can't compete with Sir Alex, so they had to lower their expectations as to what was going to happen. Plus, your squad, to be fair, only this, at the moment, does it look like a squad that can compete. Like over the past, 6, 7, 8 years, that squad hasn't been able to compete.
When you've got the players now, listen, surely, now that you've brought in Varane, you've brought in Sancho, look at your team, look at your squad. Come on, now is the time to make an assault.
Listen,
and I know you finished second last year, but let's be real. You were miles off the team that won it.
Yeah, we were.
But now there's no excuses this year, is it?
Listen, it's not about excuses. For me, this team...
No, but you're making them.
No. I'm making a prediction. I don't think we're going to win the league. But you say that we've made signings. We brought in Sancho, brought in Varane. But Man City have also spent £100 million on Grealish. Chelsea, who just won the Champions League, spent $97.5 million on Lukaku.
Yeah, but you spent 70, nearly 80 million
on
Sancho.
The point I'm making.
You spent 80 odd million on Maguire. You spent 50 odd million now.
Yes, but the point I'm making is the gap hasn't
50 million that you spent now on Varane. We're looking at Pogba there. He was nearly 90 million. I mean, it's not like you ain't spent a few quid yourself.
What I'm saying is, if we're looking at last season or the last 2 years, what have we done to close the gap? And I think we have closed the gap. The squad that we have now is very good.
You haven't actually closed the gap, though.
Well, you say that, but we finished above Chelsea 2 years in a row. So it depends where we're talking about.
But obviously, if you measure it in terms of what you've won,
nothing. I'm saying for me, our squad now
second in
is
a race
closer.
where City was so far ahead.
Our squad now is closer to the Man Cities, the Liverpools and Chelseas than it was when Ollie took the job. So we're closer in that way. But the difference is, those managers, I think, in those big games, in those big moments, they've got all the experience. They've won leagues and Champions League elsewhere, where I'm still in doubt whether Ollie can do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want Ollie to be sacked. I want him to have the opportunity, which he deserves, for finishing third and second, to see what he can do with his club.
Is that a success for you then? If let's say you win the FA Cup this season and you finish third, is that a successful season with the squad you've got?
80 plus points, FA Cup third, yeah.
So there we go. Your expectation has dropped.
No, it's my prediction.
But I'm saying, would you be happy with an FA Cup and finishing third? Because then your expectation has dropped for your own club.
I think if you had, we were speaking about this off air, if you had Conte, you'd be wanting to win the league.
Yes.
So,
but if we didn't, I wouldn't say sack Conte.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you had Bielsa, would you win the league?
No. Pogba ain't running from Bielsa. No, we wouldn't win the league with Bielsa.
He's an underrated manager, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. But this is
signed a new 1 year extension.
Yeah. This is the thing. Like when Bielsa came through the door, he had them litter picking the players so that they knew what it was for the average fan in terms of how much work they had to do in order to get a ticket for a game. Whereas if he went to a big club, like there's no way Pogba's walking around Carrington picking up litter. He's
I'd love to see that.
Get me out of here, really. So, you know what I mean?
Pogba picking up litter. You missed a bit here, man. Pogba, pick up that.
Mino Raiola will be on the phone to HR.
Yeah, Mino Raiola. What's going on? Listen, we've got time to get the predictions, right? We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. I want to get the predictions. I start like UK. He's saying here that Leeds will beat Man United. What are you saying, Joe?
Yeah, look, notoriously under Bielsa, we start flying out of the blocks. The last 3 seasons, we've scored 3 goals in each game. So I'm expecting more of the
last
same.
season was Liverpool, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
4-3.
game, yeah.
Prior to that, it was 3-0, 3-1 Leeds. Obviously, we didn't win that Liverpool game, but I think in this one, for me, same again, we'll come flying out of the blocks, and I'm not sure if Manchester United are going to be at the level fitness-wise to be able to cope with that for 90 minutes. I'm quietly confident. Obviously, the record at Old Trafford's not great, but I am confident. I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Leeds United, yeah.
But it's safe 2-1.
You said the record, when you said the record's not great, were you alive when you...
Yeah.
Because I wasn't.
That ain't great. That ain't great. What's your prediction?
I'm predicting us to win. I think we've had a decent pre-season. Some of the players said ain't here. Varane's not signed. Sancho hasn't. Well, he hasn't even played a pre-season game. He's only trained.
That's not he.
No, yeah, he's only trained. He hasn't played.
Of course, got to the final with England.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going 3-1. 3-1. I think it will be an end-to-end game. That's what I'm expecting from both sides. So it's not even a thing of a counter-attack. I think it's going to be attack versus attack versus attack, like we saw, hopefully in the Old Trafford game, more so than the Ellen Road game. I'll go 3-1, and I think Greenwood, have a good game.
All right, Abby?
I think it would be very open, attack. But I always think the opening weekend, you always see goals, like loads of goals. I'm going to go 2-2 because I don't think I can really split it at the minute. I need to see how you turn up. But I really, like I said earlier, I really like Leeds. I like the way they play. I like Bielsa ball. So I'm sitting on the wrong couch.
You're also sitting on the fence.
All right. Loads of comments coming in. Keep them coming in. Nightingale says Varane only looked good because of Ramos was next to him, and Sancho is average.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can I just say on that Varane?
No.
So
Varane's
was
quality.
Ramos his centre back in the World Cup as well? I get confused. Is he Spanish or is he French? Like who's holding whose hand?
I see a lot of hate for Varane. I rate him, man. I would have loved him at Arsenal. He's quality, but you know.
That's what 50 million buys.
Yusuf says, who have Leeds bought?
Just Junior Firpo at the minute for the first team left back, but unfortunately he's not made the lineup. He's picked up a knock, so he missed 2 pre-season games. So just a left back at the minute. So it's,
you worried about that? Just one signing?
Yeah, I mean ideally we need another winger because the wingers below Harrison and Rafinha are just not at the level that we need. So if one of them was to get injured, then I would be worried. And we need another midfielder just in case again for injuries. But look, Alioski, you know all about Alioski anyway. He's gone and. He was never a proper left back. So now that Firpo's come in, when he's playing, we have a proper left back. He's got good pedigree from Barcelona, Real Betis. So yeah, he's an exciting player.
I've seen him play. He's a good player.
Yeah, good.
Khalid says Don Robbie has a Sky Sports budget with that studio. I wish I had. And Neil says, Abby, will you marry me?
Thank you, but no.
Erhan says, man like Neeks.
Yes, Erhan. Oh, big up Erhan.
Here's one. Kazia says, Robbie, what's the best kit in the Premier League in your opinion? Well, I'm always going to be biased and say an Arsenal kit.
I thought we not mention Arsenal. Oh,
yeah.
The rules changed. Rules changed now.
It's the only thing we do well, kids.
Yeah. The third one we wore last night, that I like that one.
The blue one, yeah, that's right. I like the yellow away one as well.
Yeah.
What other kits?
I love our home one because I just like it plain. I like it when it's lily white, it does what it says on the tin, no funny business. But I do love the Arsenal yellow away kit for me.
If the Man City one didn't say Man City, then that would be
that white
one. But yeah,
The Man City one's nice. Really,
that crest
really
just
nice.
ruins it. I don't know.
I like that one too.
You know, I don't mind that. You know that Watford one?
Oh, I hate that. I looked at that this morning. I thought, that is terrible.
I hate that Brentford one, man. That is disgusting. I don't know what that's doing here. That Brentford kit's disgusting, man.
Everyone loves the United one, but
Which one? This one?
Yeah, loads of people love that.
The new United one.
It's a throwback kit because I've actually got like 1980s Dennis Law signed classic kit. And it reminds me of that without the blasted
Do you know what
team
it is? I
viewer
think it's
thing
just the
across
fact that it says Team Viewer on it, because I see it all the time
Looks
for work,
awful.
and whenever Team Viewer pops up, it means something's wrong with my computer. So I just don't like it. The Liverpool one's alright.
Malise says Varane has been announced.
Oh, I did say that they were probably going to announce it before.
Took their time, it got there in the end. Insan says best kit is the Liverpool away kit. King Boris says the City home kit is clean. Everyone should get it.
Well, that's not happening.
Nick should be rushing out to the shops tomorrow to buy that.
I don't have to rush out. There's no line outside the store for that.
Fawad FC says Man United have spent over 400 million, and apparently it's okay if Oli wins a game and finishes third. Weak club, he says.
Oh,
Weak club.
Weak club, biggest club in the country.
You're talking like the biggest club, though, isn't it? Like what you, because you are kind of saying that, isn't it?
But we go through transition. We have to.
Transition. How long is it going to last?
Well, this is only Ollie's third full season. We're talking like he's been the reason
a lot of
that we
managers
ain't
get
won in
3
8
months.
years. Well, listen, some of those managers get sacked in 3 months. Those clubs ain't doing too well. I'm not mentioning any teams that played Brentford last night, but it doesn't. You can't just sack a manager every time you don't reach the top. You reach the pinnacle. Ollie has done a lot of good at Manchester United in the last
for
the last few years.
Works for Chelsea.
It does, but it works for Chelsea because their structure's great. If Chelsea didn't have the structure they had, the director of football and the owner who are there to win, sacking managers, they're not going to be successful.
What's the good he's done?
He's social.
Anyway, but by the way, I interrupt you. As out on the pitch comes Raphael Varane with a shirt
And a suit.
and looking slick in that
Wow.
suit. And he's being announced on the pitch. The United fans clapping. Here comes another one.
I'm going to do a tie.
Another big
forever. Jeez.
But that is a big signing. A big signing. And you can see what it means to the fans there. They're really, really happy with that. Raphael Varane is a Manchester United player. It's official there.
World class centre back. 4 Champions League, World Cup, I think 2 or 3 La Ligas. And he's in his prime. It's not like we've got Thiago Silva, not say over the hill, but coming to the end of his career.
He's done all right.
That's what I said, I'm not saying over the hill, but at the end of his career, he's in the best. Listen, you see that centre back partnership we're going to have? People disrespecting Maguire for 2 years until you saw him in the Euros. I said, maybe this guy's actually kind of good. Varane and Maguire, best centre back partnership.
That'll switch though. As soon as the Premier League season starts, Maguire goes back to being bad.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's it. Maguire scoring today. That's it. You've written your obituary. He's scoring today.
But it's like Grealish though, isn't it? Like everyone loved him and now he's gone City. It's
Villain.
like,
No, I still love him.
He's diving. It'll be back straight away.
I still love Jack Grealish.
Send me that picture, bro.
He's taking a selfie of himself now.
I just can't believe he's in a
He's taking a
full-on-
selfie
I
of
can't believe he's on a
himself
suit, a
on the
tie.
pitch.
But
It looks like the manager, isn't it?
It
It's
does,
like the
honestly.
manager
There
in
you
there.
go, you wouldn't
But that's Ollie. Ollie said, listen, this is professional. This is big club team. You don't come here in a little tracksuit.
No, this is job interview.
Armani.
This is job interview.
I have no idea.
Who turns up in a suit and a 3-piece suit and a tie?
You jealous? You're jealous. Of course you are.
No, I'm
Eric Dyer and Roda.
Meanwhile,
Well done.
do you know what? The best thing we should have ever done is when you wanted him for 50 million,
is it,
give you
Rio
him.
Ferdinand there?
Should have bit your hand off.
It's all about Rio.
Rio recognised
Rio.
Rio.
It kind of look like the same, innit? It's like Rio meeting the younger version of himself.
You know Rio's his
know?
idol. He spoke about that when he was younger. That he used
really?
to look up to. Yeah. But Rio's there with his open top, open shirt. Yeah, listen, I'm
Big
gassed.
signing, got a lot to live up to, but it's a big signing. And Raphael Varane, the fans, you can see them, they're all, they're chanting his name already.
I need to watch this back.
He's going to wear the number 19 shirt,
Jeez.
and he's pumping his fist there. Raphael Varane is a Manchester United player. Neeks
If this don't get the crowd and the players up, I can just imagine.
I
the
thought he was
noise.
going to say, if this ain't enough for us now to try and
Yeah.
travel for the league. When are you going to say that? You can say it.
Okay, Robbie, let me
man.
be real. I expect this team, and I was saying to Joe earlier, I expect this team to get 85 points this year. 85 points may not win the league because it hasn't in the last few years. But I think 85 points, that's 10 more than last year, give or take. I think that's a realistic expectation for this club, this squad, and this manager.
Yeah, it's going now.
And if it gets us to the league, we take it. But if you finish third,
if we get to the
But
league,
Obviously, we'll take it.
if you finish third on 85 points, what am I going to say? Sack Ollie because you didn't get 90 points.
But you have to evaluate your expectations for your club.
85 points is my
Yeah, but I'm
expectation.
saying- no,
like
that's
Abbi
what
said,
the-
expectation.
Your
85
expectations-
points.
When
No,
I speak
but
to a
it's not
City
about
fan,
points.
yeah, I think
You're
we
going
can
to
win
win the
it.
league. If you speak to a Liverpool fan,
But
they'll
the Liverpool
say,
fan, I
you're
think we can win it.
challenging.
Chelsea
You're
fan, I
saying
think we
you're
can win it.
challenging.
You, if we get 85 and this and that, I mean,
But no, but 85
Say
points,
it with your chest,
85
man.
points,
What are you
should-
doing?
85
Such a
points should
cop-out.
challenge for the league. But if Man City win it with
Leeds.
99, what do you want? Sack Ollie
No,
wasn't good
you're
enough.
missing
Come
the point.
on, man.
You're missing the
Circles,
point. It's not about the
circles.
points. It's about
No,
you
it is
saying,
not.
"Do you know what?
Coming out
We've
with
just
10
signed
points.
Varane,
No.
we've signed Sancho. We should be challenging for the league." Liverpool wouldn't sit there and say, "Oh, if
See,
we get
this-
85 points."
This is there's so much optimism among Man United fans at the minute because obviously they've signed Varane, Sancho, etc. And if Leeds do beat you at home today, like, all that'll just go and it'll be Ollie out everywhere and stuff,
Ollie
and that's what I'm
out,
here for.
Varane
Man.
out
Just
before he's
drink it in,
running.
drink it in.
And this
And Leeds fans will be saying Ollie in, Ollie in.
But this happened last year. You know when we went top of the league in mid-January, and a lot of the Ollie outers, that's all the game they were playing. A lot of the Ollie outers were like, 21 and 21 is coming, because they knew that squad was not ready to win the league. So they knew the moment that we failed to win the league, it's like, well, a better manager would have won it. No, a better manager wouldn't, because it wasn't good enough. This squad is good enough to challenge for the league.
There we go.
But-
That's the word.
No,
challenge.
but challenge for the league and win the league are two different things.
But you should be challenging. You should be starting your sentence that United should be challenging. for
Robbie
the
asked me,
league.
will Man United win the league?
You say you should be challenging.
But no, but he wanted. I said no. Yes or no is the two answers.
I mean, Coin Toss here says, Robbie, delusional Lyle, right? And then another guy goes on to say, Robbie, not everybody's as delusional. It's a Anish thing. He says, not everybody's delusional as Arsenal fans, right? No, but if I had the team that United had, I would be saying with my chest, we can win the league this season. Because you've got everything there. You've just brought Varane out onto the pitch. You've got Jadon Sancho, Cavani, you know what I mean? You've got Rashford, Greenwood,
Pogba.
Martial,
How many more players do you want?
Maguire, Varane,
Luke Shaw as well,
Wan-Bissaka,
man.
Luke
Shaw.
Shaw. You've got three keepers, like you just said, that will probably walk into most
can only
teams,
play
right?
one.
Why are you telling me about 85
Let
points?
me- I'll tell you
Say
why.
it with your chest.
Let me tell you why.
We should win the league.
Because it's not a one-team league.
Listen, we
I'm not. Wait.
repeat
I'm
after
not
me.
repeating. We
should
should
win the league.
win 85 points.
Wow.
Listen, even with the fans, the
Honestly,
expectations are low.
bowling it before you
I have a
even
reason
kick the
for my
ball.
expectations being low.
I have low expectations.
Yeah,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
be the
be
best
very
striker in the
low.
world. There's two
Just
teams
the
in this league who, for me, have complete teams: Chelsea and Man City. From
I
back to
disagree-
front, they
I
have complete.
I disagree with Chelsea. I think Chelsea are just like you.
What?
I
Last
think-
season, everyone said, "Oh, they need a
Wouldn't you
striker."
say-
They bought a 97 point.
Hold on,
I think
so
you're
hold on,
now.
right? You look at Chelsea, would you say your defence is as good as Chelsea's?
They've
They've got Rudiger.
Yes, yeah.
So you think your defence is
Yeah,
as
yeah.
good
You
as
think
theirs?
Varane is the same level as Rudiger? Yeah. You've just.
No, wait. Keep going. You don't stop at defence. Keep going.
Midfield?
Chelsea's is clear. Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic. We're playing
Pogba,
Fred.
Fernandes,
We're
yeah.
playing Fred and McTominay. That literally right there is the reason why I
You
cannot
got
come.
Pogba. You didn't mention Pogba. though.
Pogba is
Pogba,
not.
Fernandes, where are you putting all these
Pogba's
people?
not-
Pogba plays in the midfield, doesn't
Well,
he?
he's playing left wing today. That's for a reason.
Right?
Because
And
he
then
can't play
up
the double
front,
pivot.
up front.
I think our forward line is very good. It's better than Chelsea's. Yeah, better than Chelsea's.
So the only thing you're lacking
It's the
with them is the
midfield.
midfield.
100%.
But
and if
you-
we got
and even then
Neves-
you've got Pogba. You've got Pogba in that midfield.
We need someone who can take the ball off the back foot. Listen, I put a tweet out a few months ago. I said, why haven't we gone in for Calvin Phillips? Leeds fans came in for me, said he would never leave for Scout.
You didn't need someone like
but
that, though,
exactly.
yeah.
Neves, Calvin Phillips, Basuma.
But surely you
Declan
could get
Rice.
Basuma. Basuma was
Basuma was just
lazy.
sitting right there.
I know,
waiting to
that's
take it.
literally, if we had that, I would be here saying we can win the league this year. But that
So
has
you're
been
saying the difference of you winning the league and not is Basuma.
is someone who can control the ball in the midfield, let alone control the midfield. You'll see today. You'll see with Fred and McTominay. If you ain't seen it already, they're going to get the ball and Leeds are going to be all over them and they're going to be like, they're in the headlights and pass it either sideways, backwards or out of play. That is the difference between winning the league or not. And you might think, oh, just one player. But look at Man City. Man City got Fernandinho
but don't compare
and Rodri.
Yeah, but you're not comparing yourself to Man City because Man City is so
But you have to because you're still asking if I'm going to win the league or not.
No,
And they're
the
champions.
comparison was between you and Chelsea. Because if you're saying...
Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic
I'm saying as a squad,
walk into this midfield.
as a squad in the whole, as a squad, looking at it from a whole perspective, yours and Chelsea's squad are on par because what they lack in certain areas you make up for and vice versa.
They just bought Lukaku. They don't lack.
You just bought Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, but we don't lack in attack. But I'm saying we don't lack in attack and neither they do.
Anyway, we're about to find out because we're about to kick off. Shreff says, Robbie, not going to lie, I'm still pissed about yesterday's game. He's an Arsenal fan. He says, to see Varane unveiled is annoying. Watch how Leeds fight for their coach today. We're so far off. Leeds will fight. I love watching Bielsa's brand of football, I really do. Robert says, stand up if you've won the Audi Cup. Taking a piss there. Players are taking a knee on the pitch, as all of the Premier League players are doing. And we are about to kick off, and here we go. It is kicked off. Leeds with the ball in possession, first of all, playing it around at the back. Ooh, nearly closed down there.
Yeah.
I'll make a promise to Robbie and
Bamford.
Abbi.
Yes.
If we win the game 6-2, I'll say we win the league.
Do you remember that time we beat you 6-1?
No, I don't
Sorry,
actually.
that's
Wipe that from my memory.
Wiped it completely. Just had to put that one in there. It was actually. There wasn't much to choose from, so just let me have it.
Come on, boys, man.
Big up Todd Miller says, whose defence was worse, Arsenal versus Brentford or Ty versus Jamie Carragher? I seen Jamie Carragher even give him a mention
That's what
in the commentary yesterday. Oh, Ty, man. He's
I need to
unreal.
watch the full episode of that thing because,
United in possession here. Well, it's a good little run.
Maguire's so good at that.
Rafinha.
I don't
Yeah,
think-
he had a, like you said, he had a
Yes.
great Euros, didn't he, Maguire? And it's going to be really important for him to carry that form.
Go on, Harrison, press.
You know, you can see the Leeds press already.
Go on,
They've
Rafinha.
won the ball.
Yep.
But it's going to be really important for him to carry that form back into
Well done, Rafinha.
Premier League,
the
isn't
club
it?
season, 100%. I think in the first two games of the Euros, I think was it Tyrone Mings was playing, and everyone was like, you know, this defense is good, and it was. But you saw the difference that Maguire, just the ability to drive the ball forward and make those passes into the final third, and just the leadership that, I mean, I've been saying that it's underrated. People look at him like, oh, he can't turn, he's slow, therefore he's a bad defender. This isn't FIFA. This is real
Good ball
life.
over the top there.
This is real life.
Oh, it's a great
McTominay.
block. Here's McTominay. That's a great block.
Cooper,
You wouldn't want to concede to him in the second minute
Yeah,
against
well, that's
Man
what
City.
He turned into Paul Scholes last time we played,
did.
so...
I mean, you really dissing McTominay. I think he's a very good player.
I was going to say, what's your hate?
For a young
No,
player.
I think him and Fred are both good, but together they're terrible. I think that together they are terrible. They're not a title winning, but as individuals, they have good attributes. They just can't pass
Here's
the
a
ball.
corner.
Winner. Well done, Melier.
No, I like McTominay. I do. The thing with Fred, who obviously plays next to him, I think he's got more market value. I think if you were to get rid of one, I think on the continent you can get 30, maybe even 40 million post-COVID for someone like Fred.
30 million for Fred.
Fred.
I think
Are you having
on
a
the
laugh?
continent? He's a Brazilian international. He literally starts every game ahead of people like Fabinho. I mean, I don't
30
agree.
million.
What, you think less?
Nice.
No, you're never getting 30 million
Wait,
for Fred.
how much is Tammy going to Roma for?
No, but
34.
Tammy's a
Tammy's got-
striker.
and
And he's not very good.
Tammy's also got age.
Tammy's
as
a
well.
striker.
And not very good.
And Tammy's
young.
23.
Yeah.
And he's still not very good.
Oh,
But
Tammy.
he goes-
He's good.
I think he's good, me.
He's got a good
I
goal
would
scoring
take him.
record, Tammy Abraham.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to be fair, no. That's,
Yeah, he does.
Honestly, for Chelsea, last 2 seasons, top scorer.
Yeah, he's great, man.
Check your stats.
And then they dropped him and they won the Champions League.
Still.
But he's not.
But listen,
Yeah, but I
stats,
think-
stats are stats at the end of the
But what's
day.
Fred done? Then, I mean, what is it Fred done so wonderful that makes him 30 million?
No-
Fred, well, he won the Copa
nothing.
America with, not this year, the previous one,
Oh,
2019.
amazing.
Well, you asked me what he's done, I'll tell you what he's done now.
What's he done for Man United?
Amazing.
Well, he plays regularly.
You want to get rid of him? That's how great he is.
I do, but we bought him for
30.
50. We bought him for 50. I'm
Yeah,
taking a
well,
20,
yeah.
20 million cut.
You got done there,
looking
didn't
at
you?
We did.
25.
I'm
As
taking
Maguire said, it's a
25
corner.
million.
25, 30 at a push if someone's
15
Someone's
or
what?
20.
I say if someone's going to really just, want him
Anyway,
that
corner
bad.
for
So
Man
you're looking
United.
at 25.
Well done, Melier.
Well
That's
done by
twice.
Melier.
Well done. Go on,
Where
Leeds.
do you get?
40, you got 40 million
touch,
for
man.
Fred.
Fred is worth 30 million on the continent. He is. I mean, Robbie, of course he is. The man plays regular Champions League.
Could you just clarify which continent?
Neil says Freddie's 20 million.
20? Dalot is worth 20 million, and Dalot doesn't even.
Well, where is Dalot?
Exactly, he's on the bench. He
Still,
doesn't start.
Exactly, you can't sell
Fred
him.
starts. I think
But
Dalot.
you can't sell him, so you mean he might be worth 20 million in your eyes,
Post-COVID.
but not in everybody else.
Post-COVID, because obviously no one's got money. That's a problem. That's
That's
the real
wrong.
problem.
I think people.
Josh
suddenly
says
all of a
30
sudden got
million for
money.
Fred, and he's got laughing emojis.
Fred's
offside.
He
Offside.
must be offside, isn't it? Listen, if Benjamin White can go for 50.
No, that's English tax.
That's
we've
English
had,
tax.
We've had this conversation.
And he's
so
young.
And that's why I said 30. I didn't say 50.
Junaid says Freddie's worth about 15 million.
Oh, come on.
So what
Okay, you
says-
know what? I'm cool. So Fred is worth 15 million.
And
Tell
Nom
me.
says 20 million, 25 million max.
I agree.
Cool. I want the chat to
Donald
tell me
Duck says
how much
20 million.
McTominay's worth. Because you're not telling me we should win the league, and we've got midfielders who are worth 15 million. You can't have it both ways.
But
We
you
haven't
can't-
got quality
But
midfielders.
can I just
or
say
we
one
don't.
thing? You don't have to play either of them. You could put Van der Beek on.
How much is Van der Beek
You
worth?
can have Pogba and Van der Beek in there.
How much is So who's going to do defending?
Jay Brooks says 15 million
Work it
max
out
for
together.
Fred.
So 15 million max is Fred. but
Football
West Ham
Champ
win the
says
league.
£1.
For Fred. And West Ham beat
Libyan
Rodri
says
and
5 million.
I
So that's
can't
taking
win.
a minute, but there's no way he's worth 35
Nah.
million quid.
Okay, well he's worth less, and that's why we're not going to win the league.
You
So
see,
you can't have it both ways, Robbie.
You can't blame the fact that you're not going to win the league off of the fact that Fred is
He's not starting midfielder. He's either good enough or he's not. I don't get it. He's like, all he's called a PE teacher his whole time at Man United, but we're supposed to win the league with a PE teacher.
No, but you've got a squad that's
Well, that's a
assembled
good
now
little
that you
move there.
should. That you should be
United
telling
are in
us.
here. It was a poor touch there by Greenwood, but
No shot. Easy. Nice.
it's a
How
good
good
start.
is
See,
it?
Good-
McTominay though,
back.
McTominay is like, I don't know, sometimes them players, when Ferguson, man, when he had like O'Shea and Fletcher and all these people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
do well
they
anywhere
would.
else,
Yeah.
but they do good there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think McTominay goes for that much.
McTominay's a decent
No,
player.
I think that's what I said. I think McTominay for me is a good squad player for Man United, and he come on, he can do a job in a title-winning squad, not the team, in a squad.
1-2.
So I wouldn't even want to sell him because I don't think you get much value for him. I don't think you would, but yeah.
It's all Man United at the moment, really. They can't get hold of the ball leads. They're pressing. Maybe a bit too over enthusiastically there. Just transfer market. Todd Miller says he's worth 24 million.
What is that transfer? I mean, it's not the most reliable, but okay. And that's why we're not going to win the league.
Oh my God.
How much is Kante and Jorginho worth? I just want to know. Just asking for Abbi. Not
Well,
for
funny
me.
enough, up until the Euros, Jorginho, they would have given him away. There's a lot of Chelsea fans, they didn't like Jorginho, wanted him gone. Kovacic is probably worth about 25, 30 million as well.
And Kante's what? 80 million?
No, Kante,
No,
Kante's in his 30s now,
Yeah.
so Kante's probably worth
40,
about
40, 50.
40 million.
Yeah.
Kante.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Abby.
Yeah.
Kante wins you the league. So
Because of the ground
yeah,
cup,
but
but he's still not an
he's-
£80 million player. You've
No,
got-
I was,
think
I
so.
was being a
think-
bit facetious with 80.
But you've got
You would
to,
have to pay
you've got to
like
look
80
at,
million for Calvin Phillips. I think genuinely, if he was to move on, no, I'm serious. Well, what else would you pay?
He's not 80.
But this is why
He
people
would
like Declan
though.
Rice
English
can't leave
tax and
West
all
Ham
that,
because
he
they've
no,
got
I
like
agree
100
with you.
million
The
price
English
left in
tax.
their head.
But that's
Declan Rice
exactly
now, I
it.
mean,
He's
you're
a
talking-
specialist in his position.
he's not
He would
100
go for
million
more than
worth.
Ben
No,
White.
he's
But
not a
he's
£100 million player. Calvin
Declan
Phillips is not
Rice
an
is
£80
probably
million
about 80
player.
million. You put the English tax on
Yeah,
it.
but that's the thing. That's why you go
I
and look
wouldn't
at
even pay 80
because
million.
the English tax on it is just
Oh,
mental.
that was a nice little play there by
Nice. Go on,
Leeds.
Rafinha.
This is good
Go
football by
on, he's
Leeds.
in, he clicks in.
Good football by Leeds here. They're in the box.
Get him, Bamford.
That was close. Corner to Leeds. Who cleaned it up there at the back? McTominay. The £10 million guy.
So wait, 10 million, we got a midfield that's worth less than Kante alone.
That was you know what? If he hadn't got his head to that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go over his
that's Bamford there. That's like he's just waiting. That's food and drink. Great header.
famous
boy.
last
Great.
words, but didn't Bamford miss the most clear-cut chances?
Also scored 17
No,
goals.
I was asking a question.
No, yeah, that's
Second-
great.
second
Oh,
goal.
he was
Answer the
fourth, wasn't he?
question.
Fourth in
Yeah,
the...
yeah,
Innocent
exactly.
question. I wasn't trying to take a dig.
You are taking a
I
dig.
felt there was a dig in that.
It was.
He scored more goals than Martial last year.
Everyone's. I scored more
And he
goals than
scored more,
Martial
he scored more than Rashford as well.
Yeah.
in the
he did.
league. Or maybe all competitions actually. Probably did.
Probably
did.
scored more than any of your strikers in the league.
Well, if Rashford was our second
Oh.
highest.
Always a chance.
Offside.
Yeah, he's
So
offside.
I don't see
Yeah,
why
Rashford
not.
was the second highest scorer, so if he scored more than Rashford, then yeah.
Who did?
Yeah, he was second
Did you
only to
research
Kane.
I know my stat.
English.
Stat matcher.
Statistician.
Yeah, offside. Ah.
Shref's asking, do Leeds fans and United fans have Ties and Julians? Because he's having a go at Ty and Julian that he won at AFTV last night.
okay.
He's saying, listen, we're trying to keep it off of the Arsenal thing. Yeah?
That was yesterday's news.
Listen, every fan base has fans that will be perceived as deluded because they stand up for their club no matter what. So that's a good ball. That's a great ball by Pogba. It looked like he just lumped it over the top, but he played it in for James to run onto, but he just run it straight out. Are you disappointed that you never got James in the end? When you
See, this is the thing, like Bielsa really loves him still, and there's still links that we might go for him. I think the only reason he's still at
in the
Manchester...
transfer window?
Yeah, I think the only reason he's there maybe is because Rashford's going through this shoulder surgery. I think otherwise he'd have moved on. This is where it comes down to coaching. Dan James under Bielsa would be a different player. A different player. You know, every player that he gets, he improves. So I just think under Bielsa, Dan James would be a great acquisition.
He started so strong though for United as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Again, I think as well, like his career at Manchester United, because
Oh, United are in there.
Oh, I thought it was winning over him. Oh, God.
Closed him down. That was nearly a bad error at the back there. Greenwood did well to nip in. And Meslier pulled off a good save.
that's pouring it.
Dangerous
from
ball to
Rafinha.
play in there. He actually kicked it back and came off of Greenwood's leg. Oh, got very lucky there, Leeds. Very lucky.
That would have been a great goal this season.
I feel as well like Dan James is sort of linked with Woodward a little bit. Like, do you know, for them to throw shade at Woodward signings and that, I think regardless of even if he was great, he would still be questioned as a poor signing regardless of his performance. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you have them players.
What did actually happen with that? Because it was all looking quite promising.
Well, first and foremost, I think he played too many games in the first
too much
season.
pressure.
He was supposed to just come in and be a squad player.
Yeah.
And he started well, as you said. Then we had the injuries to Martial, Rashford, Pogba, and he was just playing week in, week out. His best attribute is running in behind. When we play most teams, especially at Old Trafford, they're sitting back on the edge of the area. So there's no space for him to really operate. Whereas for Leeds, the way that Leeds play and the way teams play against Leeds, perfect for him because they've always got space to run into. So
Sacanelli says, question for Neek Sport. With Pogba and Matic on the way out this summer or next, which two midfielders would you like United to sign?
Nice.
Well, I want
up on your feet.
defensive midfielder. So
Nutmegged him there.
Come on.
United are in. Here's a chance.
Done.
It's what? He missed it.
Has he missed?
He missed.
How's he
How
missed
did he miss that? Pogba was clean through. Just as we were talking about him. Again, a real calamity in the middle of the park by Leeds.
How's he missed?
I don't believe
He's played
it.
in and he's hit it wide.
That is mental.
Would you believe it? That was a poor finish by Pogba. He done it brilliantly.
Done the keeper.
Done the keeper, skipped him, but he's,
I was like that already. I
he's
thought
put
that's
it
it.
wide.
Wow.
Neeks was ready to do the knee slide. How did he miss that?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No, you can't miss
You
that.
can't miss things like that. That's crazy.
You know,
Betting FC says, for fuck's sake, Pogba, he says.
people are going to be at full force. This is why he shouldn't be at the club. His head's not in it. No, it's a terrible miss.
It was a poor, for a guy of his quality, we know. We
Robbie,
know
for
all
a guy
about-
of
we
my
know about-
quality.
And what he did brilliantly,
Challenge
what he
Rafinha,
did
man.
brilliantly
Challenge
there was
my
the
man.
way he just,
Dummy the keeper.
yeah, he done with the keeper
Yeah.
and brilliant, and maybe he shouldn't have done that dummy. Maybe he should have just struck it, innit?
Maybe. It's Pogba, innit? He had
It's
to be a bit
Pogba, you
fancy,
don't want to
but
take that out of a guy's game, do you?
You just got to score. I don't care how you do it.
Put it in the
Anyway,
back
another
of the net.
corner to make. It's all Man United. It's all Man United at the moment.
Yeah, what's going on with Leeds?
It's what it is, isn't it? You know, Man United are a good side. You have to say that.
You
but
changed
don't
the
worry.
tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're 13 minutes in. Oh, they're really good.
You're on your own now, Abbi. You're on your own.
Right, what can they do from this corner?
Do you think you're massively missing Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like that era there in the centre of the park. But it's what it is. I said on my stream last night, like if...
What's the keeper doing there?
Flap him.
Oh. It really is flapping.
Go on, click.
But anyway, chance for a counter-attack, but it's mopped up again by Man United.
Messy, really messy.
Yeah, I was saying last night, like if Calvin was missing, I would be concerned because Robin Koch's a centre-back. He's not really a CDM. He's played there for Germany a few times, but no one's Calvin. Do you know what I mean? No one's at that level within the squad.
By the way, guys, you can have a drink, you know.
I need a drink.
There's strong drinks, there's soft drinks, there's popcorn, crisps.
Help yourself.
Actually, I'll have some popcorn, man. Let me have some popcorn.
Do you want the ball?
Okay.
Do you want the ball?
And I can.
I only like the salted one, though. Which is the salted
Oh,
one?
I couldn't tell you.
I reckon.
I think the salted one's on this side.
Oh yeah, I think that's usually the one.
Yeah. Oh, here's a chance there for Leeds.
That's usually the salted one.
Click, in there, click.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness!
That's the wrong
Again.
ball.
Well defended there by Lindelof, or they were nearly in again. Despite them having hardly any of the attacks, but Leeds looking dangerous on the counter.
I think if he gives it click, there, instead of
going
going
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to open this with my teeth.
Straight in there, straight in there, straight in there, straight in there.
Oh my goodness!
Well defended again by Man United.
Go on, Harrison.
And a shot on target for Leeds. Straight at the keeper though.
They're bottle opener.
I thought they were twisted.
Bottle opener.
Oh, they're twisted. Oh, they're twisted. They're twisted.
Oh yeah.
Budweiser is.
Ooh. There's another chance for a counter.
Great touch by Fred.
It's not twisted, guys.
That's a lovely ball
nice.
there. Lovely ball there for Leeds. They're on the attack again.
Go on, Harrison. Dallas on the overlap.
Go on.
Got a lot of players forward here.
Have a go.
That's lovely. Here's a chance. Oh, great save by De Gea.
It's a great strike.
Great strike by Click.
Open.
Leeds have finally turned up.
You can hit him click
They're
as
awake
well.
now.
You've got form.
This is why we need to take the chances over on top.
Correct. You should be manager.
I shouldn't.
Do better than Ollie.
I could never do better than Ole. Greatest manager. No.
Get him! Oh.
Again, well defended there by Maguire.
Straight back in click. Ah, that's poor.
That was one of our big Achilles heels last year, was set pieces. We conceded so many goals from set pieces.
Yeah, we were poor as well. Like, that was ours for a long period of time, I think. Every game nearly.
Big up Bit NFC says Robbie loved the set. And the cabinet is real, so big him up.
Challenge that.
Go on.
It's a foul, but not given.
Oh, nice.
Leeds are getting into it now.
Yeah.
Snapping into the tackles.
Dan James ain't in the game, is he? Barely seeing him.
I don't even think he's touched the ball, has he?
Once.
To put it out.
Put it out,
You can put it out. He's Leeds, you see. Well done. That's a foul, ref.
Pod Buzz says
But
Abbi
advantage.
is the perfect woman.
Thank
Knows
you.
her stuff and is gorgeous too.
Thank you.
And Noah says, yeah, the set is wavy. Big it up. HGG says Leeds to win 2-1.
That's it. My prediction.
Yeah, I
Who
love
knows?
the set. The set looks unreal.
Yeah,
Really
nice,
does.
nice. The guy's done a
Yeah.
brilliant job.
Them colours on that Premier League need to change the like that.
Yeah, well, it's,
It won't be your colours, will
can
it?
you for you to try and change it?
Not with 20 million Fred and 10 million.
You can make yourself. You could win the We Got 85 Points trophy.
85 points my way.
The 85 pitch trophy.
That's what you're going for, right?
Got 85 points and hopefully it's first.
Nice, Rafinha.
Yeah.
I'm just dreading
Rodrigo, you've got to do
tomorrow.
better there.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kane will score a hat-trick.
Can't be giving it
Hang on,
away,
hang on.
man. That's silly.
No chance.
Don't let Fred run off you either
You're not fit.
after giving it away.
That was a foul, surely.
That's a good challenge, that. Well done. Get after it, Bamford.
Keeper. Keeper? Oh! Keeper?
What were they doing there?
Keeper's got to come for that. See, this is the problem with, that's why I say it's 50-50 with De Gea and Henderson. Henderson's very good in terms of the modern kind of keeper coming off his line, whether it be from set pieces or things like that, balls over the top. De Gea kind of sticks in his goal.
Yeah.
But he's a better shot stopper. So it's like what you lose with one, you get with the other, and then vice versa.
How old is he now?
Can't say it for.
David De Gea?
Yeah.
I think 30. So it's not old for a keeper.
No.
It might even be.
Still got years in a minute.
Might be a bit
Oh, it's a
younger
great
than-
cross.
Oh my God.
You're putting it back in the dangerous
Leeds are living
area.
dangerously. Yeah, really putting it back
Go on,
into
Harrison.
dangerous areas.
Go on, Harrison, son. Nice.
Oh, come on.
I've got to say, it's a very open game. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No foul. Give over.
What I expected.
Defensively, you both look really shaky.
The best defenders in a suit
Yeah, it's a
today.
bit all over. It's a bit like pinball sometimes.
The midfield as well, isn't it? It's just the
Yeah,
midfield
yeah.
is like.
Open. Just
Yeah.
running through.
It's not sticking.
There's a mistake waiting to be
That's
happened.
poor,
Again,
mate. That's
Leeds
poor
giving the
call.
ball away too
Come
easily
on.
there.
Dan James.
And there's Dan James. So he got a good cross in and away by Leeds.
See, there's the difference with Calvin. He doesn't lose that ball there where Koch has. You know what I mean? It was a silly ball, silly pass.
He's onside.
He would have been onside. We've not really seen yet the sort of new VAR stuff in action
No.
with offsides and that. There wasn't really no issues last night.
I think the good thing that the Euros did was not show us it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not even show
No,
us it.
they're not going to show
I didn't
you
like
that.
that. I like seeing.
see, I thought it was better because I didn't even know it was going on.
I think
and then
that's,
it made the
I think
watching
that's
the game
new,
better.
I think that's the new rule, isn't it?
They're not going to show it as much. They're going
Yeah.
to show bits, but you know, like last year they did all the lines. and
Yeah,
all
it
that.
was brutal,
They're not
wasn't
going to
it?
do
But
that.
I don't think fans need to see all
No,
that.
no,
Yeah.
That's when the scrutiny.
If-
you have to
if-
just
if-
trust that they're making the right decision.
If a decision's been made by VAR, then show us it. But while you're working
While
it
you're
out,
working
we don't
it,
need to
you're
see
doing
that.
it.
Yeah,
But also,
yeah.
I think
No, I want to
they're
see
saying
it, man. I don't trust those guys.
that if it's a
I don't trust them. I want to see it, man. I want to see everything. I don't trust our refs. The ones in
No.
Europe, yeah.
but they're not going to do the whole nose offside, toe offside.
Yeah, I mean,
which
it was
is
some
good.
ridiculous.
Bamford got one off for pointing where he wanted the ball. Like that was the. He
Yeah.
said, "I want it there." Got it.
and the
Scored.
shoulder was
And-
That wasn't offside.
I didn't think it was either.
The worst victims of VAR last season was actually Arsenal. They said statistically, they were the worst.
I saw
They
the
got
clips.
the worst decisions. No, it's actually no, it's a fact.
No,
It's a
but
fact.
what is it based on how many times it was overturned? Because
No, it's based on how many like things that should have been overturned. So they got the worst of it. They reckon they would have won. I think they said if they would have got
challenge
Oh,
eyes.
good challenge there. if they would have got all of the points that they should have from the VAR decisions, they would have got the top four.
I mean,
No, serious. I'm not.
Was that, was that created by an Arsenal fan?
That's the actual ref thing.
butterfly effect, because if one decision happens, you don't know the impact of that. So to say
Yeah.
Arsenal would have got four if come on.
I'm sticking with that.
That's worse than my 85 point shout. Arsenal would have got top four.
Top four without VAR.
Oh.
His price is rising every corner.
They've
that
got
goes in.
85 points.
I just think it looks amazing to
Someone
see
press
fans
Leeds just
back.
keep giving the ball away so easily, man.
Yeah.
It's been a very entertaining game, though. Really open. You don't see boring games with Leeds anyway, do you?
No, never.
No, you don't.
That's what I mean. So, like the Euros, as good as it was, like it was like pulling teeth at time watching England. So I'm so used to this. Do you know what I mean? It's like being spoilt, really,
Yeah.
for the last three seasons.
Come on.
Oh, he's United are in again.
No one's in there.
Cut back.
No one's in there.
There is no one in there. You think that's where maybe a Cavani would be attacking the space?
100%.
Oh yeah.
It's
Bamford.
those instinct that Greenwood still has to
Well
learn.
done. Well done.
Yeah.
He's got a
Rafinha.
great
counter-attack
Rafinha.
now.
That ball's too difficult.
Greenwood's clinical. He's got a great shot on him, but it's those.
Leeds throw.
Yeah.
You need to be in the right
No
position.
way.
I'm surprised you guys didn't go after Harry Kane.
From what I knew, you were in for him for a bit.
Do you know what I
I
said?
would have thought
it's the money.
I would have thought that could be the missing.
It was either both sides of Manchester wanted him from what
Do you
I was
know
aware.
if Alex Ferguson was in charge of Manchester United, Harry Kane would have been there already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He'd
agree.
have signed him
Without
straight
doubt.
off the bat.
City
Yeah,
are
100%.
moving like how we used to. So it's like, all right, who's the best talent in the Premier League?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Grealish, you're ours. Stones, you're ours. Kane. That's how we used to.
PF Jim is
Yeah.
saying Arsenal sob story. That popcorn must be laced. It is laced.
Tears.
Listen, I told you. Check it out. Google it.
The tears of
We
Gooners.
got the worst of the decisions. VAR. Get that VAR right, you get 85 points.
Maybe the rest were giving terrible decisions and VAR was correcting it. That's what I say.
Oh, I shouldn't get past you there.
Come on, man.
No, you know, that's actually the
Well done, Pascal.
That's actually the ridiculous
It's a great
thing about
challenge.
that stat,
Put him
right?
in the bin.
And this is why stats are a waste of time, right? Because to say if all those decisions were right, they would have got top 4. But what if the decisions would have been all right for all the other teams,
Yeah.
including
Then
the ones
what
that
would
were in the
have
top 4?
Yeah.
They probably would have been higher, hadn't
I would
they?
have liked to see what that actually
Conflict.
accumulated to across the board.
Oh,
But
that's
we
foul
did get a
ref.
lot of horrible decisions. It was terrible.
I thought it was a free kick.
Oh, it's still going on.
Blow that up. Yeah, free kick.
It is a free kick.
It's like XG. I can't deal with that. Brighton were in the
the
Champions
XG.
League. Yeah.
That,
You
yeah,
know
I
what I mean?
like XG thing, man.
Yeah.
The
There was
XG thing
even
is mental.
there's a new one now. I think the Athletic did it. Was it like expected creation or something?
Oh,
like
yeah,
that?
I heard about that one.
Mad, man.
I'm going to start doing that on our channels. Expected views. You know what I mean?
Is that going to secure,
It's not the
secure
actual.
your new
It's not
partnership?
the actual views we got. XG, the XV, expected views.
Yeah.
I just don't, but they do that on like Match of the Day when they put like expected coins.
XG's
Because you
up.
can,
It's come out of nowhere, hasn't it?
it's because you can bet on anything. That's exactly where it's come from. That you can bet on 2.5 corners, 2 and this, 2 1/4. Like it's just a load of rubbish.
The
isn't
thing
it?
with me,
It's like a penalty's not even one.
No.
no,
it's
it's
less.
0.75.
You know what I mean? And it's like-
isn't it?
Anyway, chance here for Leeds. Free kick. What can they do from this? Let's whip it.
Oh no!
Wow.
Rodrigo there. I thought that was
I thought
going
that
in.
was it, you
I
know.
thought it was. It's a free header. Should
He's
have
headed it
been.
miles wide.
Should have been. I mean, I said, we have conceded so
Looked
many
like they got
goals
in each
from
other's way,
set.
didn't they? It's
Yeah.
Bamford who's headed it.
We've conceded so many goals from
These
set
fans
pieces.
can't believe it.
I thought
Gotta
that was
do
it, you know.
Trev says, I would love to watch the Leeds Amazon documentary All or Nothing rather than Arsenal. New season, Leeds have got Bielsa
Yeah.
a stool so he doesn't need. They've got him a
We've
stool so he doesn't have to bend his knees.
We've already done one, so like, go watch it, bro.
I forgot that. That got off to a good start, didn't it?
I know All or Nothing's going to be lit, Richard. I'm telling you, when that comes on,
I can't wait.
Nothing will nothing.
them man at Amazon are going like this.
It'll smash
Yeah.
views, won't it? Expected
Yeah.
views will be.
Expected views, yeah. Hey, you see the crazy thing is that Mikel Arteta said they didn't even tell him they were doing it.
I think the same happened with
How bad is
Spurs.
that?
No, I think the same happened with Spurs.
That's crazy though, isn't it?
I think Bielsa wouldn't. This is the like he wouldn't let them in the dressing room or
Yeah.
anything like that. He says, "Nah, you can do it, but you're not coming in there."
Come on.
Yeah, because probably you come in and see him speaking English. I'm convinced.
No, he can, man.
Yeah, I know.
He can.
I'm convinced he can speak English, man.
Yeah, he
It's
Perfectly
just a
well.
put on. Yeah,
If it was up to him, he wouldn't do any interviews.
all over the top there. He ran out of it.
Pochettino did the same thing. Remember he was at Southampton?
Yeah, remember, he's,
As soon as you
yeah.
go to
As soon as you got
Spurs,
Spurs, he can
Queen's English.
Well, I don't know about the Queens, but
Yeah, he very rarely does interviews at all. To be fair, he's a pretty closed book.
Robbie Singh says, first minutes of the Amazon documentary is already going to be entertaining after yesterday's game. Says, big up Neeks, proper United and West Indian cricket fan.
Yes,
On a
yes.
side note, is DT okay? He is. So I've heard.
Go on, Harrison.
Right,
Nice.
he's taking a break, he said. You to your cricket?
Yeah, man, I
I
love
remember
my
you.
cricket,
Yeah.
I was at the World Cup.
Yeah, I like my cricket as well, to be fair.
We're
What
playing.
have you made of the 100?
I like cricket, so I don't have any issue with watching cricket in general, but I think it is pointless. You could have put that money into the T20 Blast and tried to make it. Why try to create a whole new form of cricket? For
I
what?
like it
don't know.
though.
Maybe for more viewers. just
Yeah,
'cause
but you could just put that money into the current one.
Boring, man.
boring.
Boring.
Boring cricket?
Yeah, man.
Boring.
I mean, you're a Yorkshireman,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, true.
Well, you're a Yorkshireman, always love cricket. What's going on?
I did watch was it the 2005 Ashes with Flint or
Yeah.
Peterson? That did I did. So like sometimes sport,
gripped
it's
the
like the
nation.
Rugby World Cup. You get like drawn in 'cause it's like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah,
but
it's like gripping.
trying to watch it on a week. Nah, it's rubbish,
No?
man.
Yeah.
Abby cricket?
I was lucky enough to go to Lords a few months ago. Went to day 5, and it was so. But they were like, "Yeah, we'll just call it a draw." I went, "What?"
Yeah, that is hard to
I thought, how can you just
Americans
call
can
it
never-
a
But that's
draw?
why you need 100, isn't it? Things
Yeah.
like that. Because when That's what Abby now. She's gone to a cricket match and he's a draw. What, you've been doing this for 5 days?
Yeah.
That is a pretty good
Literally,
draw.
it's like, it's getting late now, we'll just call it a draw. Oh, no, it's not. That's
It's
not
gentlemen,
sport.
isn't it? Gentlemen.
Yeah, they're like, let's break for tea. I have to say, I had such a good day. I was so...
Yeah, it's a great day,
Oh my
man.
God, I was absolutely
I was at Lord's.
gone.
Yeah,
I was
but
at Lord's
I
for
think
England,
people
New
enjoy it
Zealand.
for the drink.
Yeah.
Oh, you were at the final?
Huh?
The final?
No, I went for the first day of the Test match,
Oh, the
England,
test,
New
okay.
Zealand. I have to say, it was a boring game.
I think that's what I went
Right,
to.
but
I think
but
that's
it
what
was very. It's me and Lee Judges there.
Okay.
Oh,
And
God.
we were on the drink all day. I don't think we saw. Oh, that was a great ball in.
Ball that.
I'd definitely go again. It
Yeah,
was such a good day out.
we didn't watch a lot of cricket, but we,
That's the thing. I think when you go to it, it's different to like watching at home because you just enjoy the day, innit?
The Pims was
That was a
banging.
good cross.
what's your favourite other sport to go and watch apart from football, Abby?
NFL.
NFL. Well, that's the second sport at your place, isn't it?
It is. But
NFL.
NFL. My dad's a massive Patriots fan. So I've always like been in and around it. It is very long. Like chances are on a
Stops
Sunday.
too much, though.
It does. That's my only thing. I'll start it on a Sunday and I've fallen asleep within half an hour because it's just so stop-start.
Super Bowl's good,
I
though.
do really enjoy it, and I.
That's a great ball. Here's a chance for United.
What a save.
What a save! Oh, it's gone in! Come on! It's actually gone in.
Wow.
Bruno Fernandes. I thought he'd saved it, the goalkeeper, but it's actually gone in.
Wow.
1-0 to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes is off the mark.
Picking up where he left off. I'm not talking about. So you got found out at the Euros. Found out. Shut up.
Found out.
He was rubbish at the Euros, though.
The Euros was rubbish.
That's been coming. A goal's been coming from
Come
somewhere.
on.
And yet again, he's been playing the ball out from the back.
Caught out.
Dominating.
Pogba.
Pogba.
He's onside, definitely. Great ball by Pogba. Great touch and shot. Keeper's really unlucky, to be honest.
Great ball from Pogba.
What a ball by Pogba. Great touch here by Bruno Fernandes. Keeper gets there. He's very unlucky.
unlucky there.
Very unlucky, but Fernandes.
You'd be more happy for me.
So
Why is all the
me?
solemn faces? Guys.
1-0 to Manchester United.
2-1 still on. 2-1 still on.
So it's 6-2.
2-2 still on.
Yeah, true.
So it's 6-2.
And it meant a lot to Ollie. Look at his celebrations. Ollie's at the wheel again.
Relax, Robbie. Why do we have to go that far? That's a curse. That is a
Stephen
curse
Meza
word.
says Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. Anthony says Bruno, Bruno, Bruno.
Bruno.
Oh, Portuguese.
Nabin says Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. Bruno's a beast, says Irfan.
Yes, that's a great challenge, Dallas.
Real Zots Boy says 1-1 prediction. Sorry, I was late. Leeds have just been giving the ball away so many times. That was almost inevitable that was going to happen. You can't give the ball away so many times.
Get up, man.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Bamford, well done.
How much
Rodrigo's in there.
Ooh.
They've given the ball away way too many times.
You might have to bring Calvin Phillips on because you've got no midfield.
Yeah, you're losing the ball in midfield.
See,
way
the thing
too
is as
often.
well, like with Rodrigo, he's not. He plays in behind Bamford, and he's not that great in terms of pressing and stuff. That's one of the weaknesses.
I thought he was a great signing when you got him. I was thinking, Leeds picked up Rodrigo. But, I mean, not that he's been bad, but he hasn't kind of hit the heights that we kind of
Well, this is the
expected.
season we're expecting it, you know? Like, last season, he finished the season well, but...
Rafinha is a baller.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of discussion.
Oh, this is another great move here by United. Chance for another. Oh, it hit the side net in there from Luke Shaw.
Shaberto Carlos.
He was
Say his
so-
name right.
He was so good.
Shaberto.
Roberto.
All right then. No, but yeah, like in the summer, obviously we were talking about you speaking earlier about whether we should have got a striker or not, and people were like, obviously we ain't got the money to do what City, Grealish, and Kane. So it's like, do we go and try and get Kane?
That's nice.
And
Well
maybe
played.
someone cheaper like Rafinha, or do we go and get Sancho and have to maybe
Bamford in the
Cavani
box.
for a year? Obviously we've.
But then
decided to
you've got that whole thing with
All
next
that
year,
is.
There's a chance here for Leeds.
the Haaland debate next year,
do- Yeah, and that's why
Good defending again by Man United.
I kind of.
and everyone's going to be in for him.
Well, I don't really. That's why I don't really
Yes,
mind.
Dallas, my man. Get in
that's
there,
brilliant
son.
there by Dallas.
Well done.
I don't really mind if City get Kane too much because it means we should get a free reign at Haaland.
Can I
a
just
free
say,
run.
he ain't going.
You start leaving.
He's not
Texted
going.
you.
He's not going. It's been one offer, right, which was so subpar. It was actually offensive, okay, for Harry Kane. That was in June. There's been nothing since. He's not going.
It's coming. 130 million. It's
Not
coming.
going.
Transfer window's gone.
Berbatov. Remember the Berbatov saga? And the last
Not
one?
happening.
I think Romano said, didn't he, 150 million, I think, plus
Euros.
add-on.
If they,
Or was it
150
euros?
Euros.
Yes, 130
Not
million
100.
pounds.
Not 150 mil. No. 150 million pounds. Then
Do you
we can
think he'll
talk.
hold out for that, like,
I think
leave
that's
it?
what he's. I think that's.
Yeah.
He's
Correct.
off, mate. Robbie Singh says, on cricket, would recommend watching a match between India and England. He's very good at the moment. Fernandez, they said, look at it now.
Yeah, Fernandez.
Fernando.
It's a great move.
What a guy. What a player. What a player.
Didn't
He
do
has
that in the
been-
Euros. Well, in the Euros, didn't do that, did he?
No, you know, playing with poor players like Cristiano
Not like
Ronaldo. All he needed was Dan James. Spark him to life. No, he didn't have a great. Renato Sanchez had a good Euros.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
really
no
good.
one's...
He does,
What?
though.
He's
He
got a
did the
terrible
last
injury
Euros,
record.
didn't he?
How good would he be in Leeds?
He was
as
the young
midfield?
player there.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I can imagine him in Leeds midfield. He'd suit that.
I think he went to Munich and then rocked up at Swansea on loan one time, didn't
He's
he?
terrible at Swansea.
Yeah.
But he was at Lille last year when they won the league.
Yeah. But even at Lille last year, I think the reason why a lot of teams haven't gone in for it is I think even at Lille last year had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, his injury history is,
I mean,
and it's always muscle injuries as well.
Yeah.
So, but we wanted him before he
He's
went
a baller,
to Munich.
but he's one of the first players I've ever seen boss Kante.
Yeah, in the game just gone. Yeah.
That's a ball. Well done.
There's another chance here for Man United.
Come on.
Dan James inevitably hits it wide. That's his finishing is poor, isn't it?
Yeah. He scored on his debut against Chelsea, and we thought. And then his second game against Southampton, I think he curled one to the top corner. He's never hit those heights since. We knew that was going to be the best of his Man United career. Second game.
Nahal says Bruno is overrated. Come on.
Listen, I'm happy. I don't overrate him what you
not,
want.
he's
As long
not.
as he's winning points for us, I don't care.
He's not overrated.
Everyone, mate.
Lewis says late prediction 2-0 Bruno brace with a penalty because that's what United do.
You can't be giving late prediction. I come in on 90th minute and go late prediction. Sorry I was late. Here's a late prediction.
I think Bruno was scoring the first half.
Exact minute and that.
Wait, so what's your prediction for winning the league? 'Cause you're getting on to me for...
Me?
Yeah, Man United not winning the league.
I think City probably again. I think if they get Harry Kane,
They're not getting Harry
I think
Kane.
City, or should I say when they get Harry Kane, City.
Oh, Robbie, come on.
You know the worst thing about it, they'll get Harry Kane just in time to play us. Right?
Like Chelsea got Lukaku just in time.
Lukaku's coming and then they'll get him. But I think City, Chelsea or United, I think it's one of them three.
So you're ruling Liverpool out? Even with
Yeah.
Klopp?
What was a chance?
Oh, it's come off Bamford as well. No corner, I don't think.
Liverpool will be there or thereabouts, but I don't think they'll win it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Man United, Man City, Chelsea, between one of them three. I do agree with you though, it's just the Ollie thing. I think that is where I do agree with you. I think if it weren't Ollie...
For me, and
You know?
obviously some people call it, oh yeah, get Pochettino. I'm like, man lost the league to Lille last year. And he joined when they were only 1 point behind Lyon. So he got no excuse. So
You don't need Poch in your life.
well, we don't. We're trying to win. We're not
don't
going to
need
buy cereal bottle jobs.
Wow, I won't
But
have any disrespect towards
For me, if
him.
we're going to get rid of Ollie, you have to go get a proven winner. I want Zidane. That's who I want.
I think that's who you probably need.
That's
with
who
that
I
squad.
want. If we get rid of with this squad.
I think Zidane would be the right guy for you guys.
With this squad, I think so. Conte could do something. But he's
Conte.
going to want to change things.
Yeah.
Get rid of that because he's very specific. That's
Yeah,
what-
he's brilliant.
But that's why I said earlier, Klopp and Tuchel win this team. I
And
didn't say
also-
Guardiola for a reason because Guardiola wants specific types of players. Guardiola ain't winning the league with Fred and McTominay in the midfield. I'll tell you that right now, he ain't. No. Klopp would.
He wouldn't improve him.
No, he wouldn't.
He would.
He buys all the players at City that he needs.
Nah, man.
He bought Claudio Bravo, and
Nice.
then bought Edison the next year.
There's a chance
Gotta
there
be
for
in
Leeds.
there. You've got, that's poor.
Yeah, but City have the thing that where like if they buy someone that's not let's say it's a little bit of a dud, they can just go and fix it, replace it in the next window.
And that's what he's done.
Teams like, well,
us, if we bought Fred for 50 million and we have to make do with Fred.
you can still build around it, but teams like us, like Spurs and Arsenal, if we buy someone that's a flop, which to be fair, we do a lot of the time, we can't fix it. You're also stuck with that player for 3, 4, 5 seasons.
Yeah, it's true, very true.
7 seasons in our case, in many positions.
I've gone for Chelsea to. If City don't get Kane, I've gone for Chelsea to win the league.
No, I still think City miles ahead.
I think when City get Kane.
Miles.
Wow.
Oh, Jack, man. Well done. And again.
That wasn't a foul.
No, I think he just slipped. Should have given it anyway.
You're hustling, Leeds. Just got to be near on the ball.
Well done. Good ball, Luke.
Keep up.
Balls too deep, too deep. Coming into the 40th minute, happy so far, Neeks, with what you've seen?
I am. I do want a second goal ASAP because Leeds just keep coming forward. It's not like you're playing a team that's like, all right, we'll sit back and then on the 80th minute we'll try and get. No, Leeds is going to keep coming forward all game, which is always a risk. So
Little change at half time as well, like Bielsa will make little tweaks that probably you won't even notice. Do you know what I mean? He's that, and yeah.
About little tweaks, you
I was
better
going
get
to
a
say,
goal.
a big one like Calvin Phillips, yeah.
Need a goal about little tweaks.
Go
and
on.
Don't concede again.
Well done, Harrison.
We've done very well to match Leeds' energy. Very well, I think.
I'd love to be
First
there
game
a
of the
session of
season.
their murder ball, their things, murder ball training sessions that they
I'd
do.
love to watch it. Why involved?
This is what I mean, it's so frustrating. Even yesterday, I think it was on the overlap thing, it's like they were still talking about burnout then, and it's like only Liverpool got more points than Leeds United in the last 10 games of the season, but they still come with this narrative that we burn out, and it's just a fallacy.
I actually think it's a Bielsa thing. I think more than a Leeds thing.
But they mention it even still when for the last 3 seasons we've not done any of that.
No, it's just I don't think it's actually to do with you.
Yeah,
but I think it's just because in the past, obviously, when you look at
Bielsa
historically, Bielsa ball and like Marseille, Athletic, whatever. I think that's where that kind of narrative comes from. I don't think it's actually a Leeds specific thing.
No, that's fair.
Pogba got in Greenwood's way there. I think he was trying to line up for a shot and Pogba just ran right across him.
Oh,
Come on, if we can get a second before half time, then I can rest easy.
I think in the second half you've got to bring on Calvin Phillips just to get a grip of that midfield. I mean, what did you say? He's only played one half of the game.
Of decent against Villarreal.
He's a shot.
Was that
Could have went
deflected?
anywhere there. It's deflected. That's a corner.
Yeah. What we can't do is concede now, just before half time. We can't be doing that.
Corner to Man United.
Remember
Maguire coming up.
I said Maguire's going to score because of that comment you made.
Listen, that wasn't me. I'm just saying, the football fandom will say that.
He should be scoring 5 goals a season minimum. Maguire. Look how big he is. Look how big his head is.
I was going to say his head. You mean? Not him.
But it's like
Well, it's on his head now. He got his head to it, but
it's like the ball
that's
just.
McTominay actually.
McTominay again.
He's having a good game at McTominay, isn't he?
He is. He
Considering you were dissing him at the start of the game. He'd have been everywhere.
Let your apology be as loud as the disrespect.
I like McTominay. He ain't gonna win us the league. He'll get us 85 points.
Christoph says, did Joe get the Adidas Ellen Road limited edition trainers?
No, I haven't.
You
no.
didn't? All right.
They
I thought they were.
cost
I
top
did think
whack.
they were Leeds trainers. 'cause
Yeah,
you're very
these are like, but they're talking like they've got
10
badges
shots.
on and all sorts. Like,
coordinated.
We've had 10 shots to Leeds 5.
Yeah, it's been a very open game. Very open game so far.
that's the ball. No, it's not.
Robbie Singh says, not sure if it's due to the start of the season, but Dan James seems more confident than last season. He's playing so much better. The Sancho effect. Also, how would Arsenal fans feel if they signed Martinez?
Oh, Lautaro. You sold the other one.
I think I'd rather face him than Harry Kane, because that Harry Kane always scores against us. So
and he will do for Spurs.
He will do
on
for
the
City.
29th of September, is it?
City. He won't be there then. Be
See, I think
gone.
they're
Enough
waiting.
with that hate.
They're waiting until this weekend's fixture's done.
not hate.
And then leave you. Do you reckon?
They're gonna.
Do you know what it is? It's so late in the window, right? So let's say if this would have been done and dusted in June, I probably wouldn't have had such a problem with it. Okay, genuinely. My problem is that we now have 2 weeks left of the window. So let's say it's going to drag on another week. No doubt about that. Let's say that it all happens, okay, and they give 150 million pounds, and let's say we accept it, then whatever. Who are we going to go and get in the last week of the transfer window?
Lautaro Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez, Dusan Vlahovic.
Have you not got?
There's players there.
I think
Christian
there's
Romero
just
on
not
side?
enough time. I think it's not enough time, and also the fact that
mean,
the
you-
season's already
Time,
started
please.
as well.
Oh, is a chance there again for Man United.
Not before half time.
James.
Oh, Dan James, poor shot.
The season's already started. It will annoy me the fact the season's already started. We've let it go on. You cave in at the last minute, and then you've got to go and get other players.
But this is.
But you'll have
Inter have already
150
said
million.
then. It doesn't matter. I'd rather have Harry Kane and stick it out
But
for
this
another
is
season.
the history of the Tottenham.
Wow.
Didn't you do this with Bale?
Wow.
You did this with.
The transfer business with Bale, them players you
I said
bought in as
Berbatov.
well. Was like, was it
You
8?
did this
Seven.
with Modric.
They're all gone now.
Yeah,
as well.
finally.
You always sell
Only
them
just
late.
right this summer.
Daniel Levy's got one chance to try and get some redeeming qualities back.
The sporting director will help though, right?
Paratici.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess so.
And he'll have 150 million pounds. I mean, that's a lot of money.
No.
Have you got Christian Romero from
Yeah,
Atalanta
yeah.
done?
Yeah. Done.
Oh yeah, yes, I just see.
Brian Gill.
Yeah.
That's part of the 150.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're already spending
That's
that
what I'm
money.
saying.
Spending
like,
it now.
That's what they do with Bale. They bought Sandro, Capué.
No, Sancho weren't part of that.
Chadley.
Oh, sorry. So it's
Chadley.
Chadley, Lamella. Was it the striker? Was it Janssen or was it Saldada? No, Saldada at the time.
Go on,
Eriksen.
Ericsson.
Oh, it's yeah. So I don't know.
Vlad Chiriches.
Who?
Vlad Chiriches.
What?
Yeah.
Who's he?
He was from Romania. He was from Steaua
He
Bucharest.
never played for you, did he?
He did. He played in
You bought it
Europa
for the
League.
fans.
Who else did we buy with that money? Maybe like Benjamin Stambouli or something?
I remember Sambuli. I don't remember when.
I think that was it,
Sambuca.
7. Stambouli.
I could do one.
We might have something there. There you go.
Oh, you brought that back.
But yeah, so you spend the money and then you sell the player.
We've only
Right.
bought 2
I'm gonna
players.
shoot.
Half time. Joe's doing a runner.
I need
He's
to
had
toilet.
enough.
I don't blame him.
I shooting off to the toilet. Shrev says practice makes perfect, though Pep buys good players. I saw a huge change in Sterling. If you play great players as a squad, you become better. Simple. We got Dave over there as well. You got any stats for us? No, you ain't got any stats for us. Oh, you ain't got the stats for us yet. But it's half time. How you feeling, Nicks?
I'm good. I am good. And it's not just the Budweiser. No, I think we deserve the lead. 100% we deserve to be leading. With that Pogba chance, could easily have been 2. And as much as Leeds have come forward, David De Gea has made 1 save from a shot from outside the box. I know they probably should have done better with the header from the free kick, but I think, yeah, we deserve to win, to be leading in this game. My only issue is the issue that I said at the beginning, is the midfield. It's a very open game, and I guess you have to take it with kind of a pinch of salt when you're playing Leeds, because they're very different. But I just want us to control the game a bit more in the midfield. Get on the ball and push Leeds as further back as you can. But first game of the season at Old Trafford against Leeds, I can't complain. 1-0.
Bruno's
Bruno's
again.
off, yeah. He's off.
Bruno Fernandes again. I mean, everybody's talking about Jadon Sancho and stuff like that, but he's the man, isn't he?
He is. He's the. He's been called by Man United fans the fire starter. When we brought him in, he just gave a lift to the whole team. Because he's so good as an individual, but just his energy on the pitch, he's always tracking back, he's running, and he's just trying to make things happen. We've had players in the past who just allowing the game to pass him by. He doesn't do that. Sometimes to the detriment, but more often than not to our benefit. So he's off to a great start this season. A lot of people are thinking this season he might we'll see the real Bruno Fernandes. He's not going to be as good. Last year was a fluke. Great start to the season.
They deserve to be winning, Abby?
Yeah, I think they do, purely for the fact that I think Leeds have been so overrun in that midfield. I think if you don't do anything to change that second half, then it's just going to be a routine win for United. But Leeds have looked good going forward. You know, again, I think both sides defensively haven't looked that strong. I think when both sides have broke, you know, set piece, both teams, you can always concede from that, especially with Leeds as well. But I just think if you bring on Calvin Phillips, I think try and get a bit more of a hold in that, and then it's a bit more open. I can see you scoring a goal. It's just whether or not you can actually maintain that.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's just that final ball as well. It's just bounced the wrong way or whatever. You know, we've had a couple of chances, but like you say, I think Calvin's a huge miss, massive miss. Maybe even if Firpo was available, Dallas gives us a little bit more than maybe Rodrigo in there, because Rodrigo is a great player, but we're yet to see the full potential at Leeds United. And I just, in that midfield role, he can get overrun, do you know what I mean? He doesn't give us what, say, Dallas and Click do in there in terms of pressing. Even Tyler Roberts, look, I'm not Tyler Roberts' biggest fan, but he does more defensively than what Rodrigo does, so you might see that as a change. But in an ideal scenario, Calvin comes on the pitch, you know, it'd be a loss for any side, and he's our main man, so we need him on there, ideally.
Okay. Dave's got some stats for us, some half-time stats.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are the stats saying, Dave?
Stats are saying actually a bit of a all way towards Man United too much. I think overall, when we look at it in terms of ball possession, I mean, Leeds have had more ball possession throughout the half. So statistics-wise, 52 to 48%. But if you look at goal attempts across the whole half, Man United's been 10 to 3 on that one. So I think overall, when you looked at it, you know, from the beginning to obviously the end of the 45-minute period, McTominay looked to move forward a lot, advance more into the pitch. So that gave him a bit more freedom, and that gave Pogba also the freedom to actually play around Bruno Fernandes, also Greenwood, and that first time ball straight away when Pogba played it through to Bruno Fernandes on the first, he didn't even take a touch on that one. First ball, and then Bruno Fernandes through it, always obviously to the goal. And I mean, Leeds have had their chances. The set piece from obviously Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo and Bamford had a little mix-up there between the two, so they don't know who was actually going for the ball. But if you look at more statistics across, shots of target 5-1 for Man United, shots on target 5-2, and set pieces, corners being pretty much equal between both sides. But across the half, Man United have been very, very dominant on this one, 100%. So I'm looking maybe for Bielsa, maybe switched up, like you said, Calvin Phillips is not featured into the squad, so they're lacking that midfield battle. And you see, Leeds have been very frantic in midfield. They haven't been able to string 2-3 passes together. So overall, Man United have been more dominant in midfield, not too solid in defences. They're leaving a few gaps throughout the defence as well. But Man United, their attack is superb throughout the first half. So let's see how Leeds pull it off in the second half and see what Bielsa can do.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. Broke it down nicely there. Got to do more. You got to do more in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. Like, okay, Man United have had that, but it's still 1-0. It's still well in the balance. And look, when you've got an elite coach like Bielsa, you know, and, great at tactics, then of course we can still get something from this game. You know, it's not out of sight. You know, there was the chance from Pogba early doors. Maybe if he takes that, it's a different game. You know, we're still well in this game. You know, like you say, we had the Rodrigo chance. I'm still okay. You know, we're still well in this, and if we make some little changes, then like I say, we'll be all right, man.
This game, or that chance or the goal that Pogba created, this is why we know that he's probably going to leave Man United, maybe in the next year. I don't think he's going to go this summer. People are like, oh, you can't lose him for free. That'll be twice you've lost him for free. What he can offer us this season, for me, is bigger than any 40, 50 million pound that PSG might offer. Probably not anymore now they've got Messi, but any team might offer to get him. He can offer so much on the field, and if we are to be successful and win the league like you think we should, we can't do it without Pogba. Selling Pogba or losing Pogba this season sets us back a lot. He missed that chance, yeah, but who else on the pitch is playing that first time?
Why do you think he wants to leave?
I think he wants to win, and I think he doesn't.
Why not win it? Why not
try and do it with that
guy
team?
Drives them to
Well, there's two
Yeah.
things. He either thinks this team hasn't been good enough, which I think we'd agree in the past, hasn't been good enough.
Yeah, well,
to
what about
win.
him?
Yeah, I was
But
going to say.
What the manager is, he's part of the team.
I think as a player for Man United, his career at Man United has been 7 out of 10. When we expected 9 out of 10, of course, when you paid nearly 90 million for him. Part of that is his fault. You can't take away the blame as an individual. But part of it is the whole upheaval of Man United, changing coaches, bad recruitment. There's a lot that's gone on. We saw the protests, etc. in terms of our board. So I can't pin that all down on Pogba. I think this team that we've got now is the best we've had since Fergie. So you might as well stay one more year at least, and let's see what we can do.
He can't go anywhere now that PSG have got Messi.
No,
where's he going to go? He can't
I think
go
that
anywhere.
he was probably banking on that.
Yeah.
On that, to be fair, that he was going to get that move. But
He can't go anywhere. No one can
Yeah.
give it.
You can't afford to let him go for nothing.
What are we going to do with 50 million? Who are we going to buy for 50 million? In this market, the 50
Fred,
million.
Fred, you get
Well, exactly. 50 million doesn't get you anything that's worth it.
so true.
Listen, the market's mad. So it's like, if PSG came in with a 70 million pound bid, take it, cool.
70 million, he's got 1 year left.
But he's that good. That what you?
No, he's not. He's
You saw the Euros.
Let me tell you, he's brilliant. He's absolutely amazing player.
Yes.
When he feels like it.
I think it's more than him feeling like it, but it's about him having the
He doesn't do
license.
it consistently.
But it's him having the license to be himself. You see today he's playing on he starts on the left, but he's drifting in. You saw it when we played Spurs last year at your ground.
What, the
And he's-
6-1?
No, the 3-1.
No, that was at Old Trafford.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Did he give away a penalty in
Yeah.
the 6-1? He did. But he plays on that left, but it's a creative left, so he can come inside. And he's further forward, closer to Bruno, closer to the striker. And he's allowed to be himself, the self that we see or saw for Juve, and we see for France. But when you ask him to play in a double pivot next to Fred and McTominay, you're never going to get the Pogba that cost 90 million. So I just think if we were to lose Pogba this year for 50 million, we are worse off.
I don't
than
think he's
losing
going
him
to. I
next
don't
year
think he's
for
going to go.
nothing.
I don't think he's going to go this year.
No.
I really don't.
And hopefully, if we win something this
He's
year,
a quality
we might
player.
say, you know what, let me sign a contract.
He's a quality player. He's like, you got a player that he plays for opposition team, but you do enjoy watching him play. He's one of them for me. But I just feel that he also under delivers.
I agree.
For the quality that he has, he should be dominating this league in that midfield position. And he does sometimes, and then other times he doesn't turn up. And I just feel it's him. It's like if he wants to dominate a game, he can.
It's a mindset.
But it's a mindset. He's not. He doesn't come out onto that pitch every single game and say, right,
This
see
is
today,
my pitch.
this is my pitch.
I
He
agree.
doesn't. Whereas if you look at the real top players, your Messi's, Ronaldo's, and I think he's near that with the ability he has, but he doesn't do
It's the
that week
application
in,
of
week
it.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, when I'm up for it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Then on another day, well, you know what? Ah, man, let that man get on with it sort of thing. He should be leading that team. I don't mean as specifically as, the captain, but the leader on the pitch
But
with
why
the
not?
ability and quality.
He's
that
been
he
there.
has.
He was there when he was younger. He come back. He has him coming back to United. How many years have been there now? 5. Right. When he came back, he had an opportunity. Right. United was still in big transition. That was his time to drag that team and say, you know what, I'm back. I'm X amount, the most expensive player in the world at that time. I'm going to drag this team where it needs to be. Make a stamp, be the captain, have that energy about you. And for me, he just doesn't have it. He's a great player, but
First season, he had a good season. He won the Europa League, won the League Cup. He created a lot of chances for Zlatan. The next year wasn't so good. 2017-18 was it? He got into PFA Team of the Year. We finished obviously 20 points behind Man City. He had a good year. The thing is, it's like, because when we got Pogba, and I fell into this as well, I said when we got Pogba, Zlatan,
How old is
Mkhitaryan,
he,
I think
by
it
the way?
was. And
How old is he? Because Gantz was saying, how old is Pogba now?
29, 28, 29, something like that, around that age. I thought this team's going to win the league. We've got Jose Mourinho and all these players, and we didn't do it. And it's like, you're looking at your star players like, why didn't we do it? Why didn't we do it? But when you really look at it, was that team good enough? Bailly, Valencia, a right back.
Do you know that when you're speaking
was it
about
good
them,
enough? I don't know.
that
he good
mentality thing though, like when when Ibra was there and all that, he obviously enjoyed it then, like with Mourinho, he down tools. I know a lot of players do that, but I think a player of his ability shouldn't need to have everything suited to him. He should be a case of, do you know what? It doesn't matter what's going on around me. I am the man. Do you know what I mean? And I think he wants to move on from Manchester
he was the
United
most
for a
expensive
while.
player in the world.
I didn't forget.
Like, but I don't think it. I don't think it
not when
warranted
he's
it.
naming out early. He's naming about what City can do and this
I
and that.
know.
He's forgotten.
No, but
Conveniently
But
forgotten when you
I
bought him.
don't think,
he was
I
the
don't
most
think he
expensive.
warranted to be the most expensive player in the world.
Alex
He
Ferguson
really
would have took him back, you know.
No, yeah.
on the
He
field,
wouldn't have had that.
Yeah.
no.
I don't think
On the
Alex
field-
Ferguson would have took him back.
No,
you
he
know.
He's saying
wouldn't.
commercially as a
But he
brand.
wouldn't. That might even be more a lot of a pride thing. Sir Alex Ferguson sold Yap Stam and he says that's the worst decision he made.
Yeah,
but he had
so-
to do it because he needed control of the dressing room. He got rid of Beckham because it's like, well, you're not bigger than Man United. There's different decisions that Sir Alex Ferguson's made, but he wasn't the best player in the world, i.e. so therefore worth the world record fee. But obviously commercially, he brings so much to Man United that you're willing to pay 90 million for
He
him.
does, but I would say over the last few seasons where, you know, his attitude may have affected certain things that go on and off the pitch, Pogba, I think that maybe it might have hindered you.
When we got top 4 2 years ago, so you know when we made that under lockdown, we had that last ditch run to get top 4. Matic, Pogba, Bruno, that 3 after lockdown were key in getting top 4. Last year when we were in that early title race in December or January, who was getting those crucial goals and assists? Pogba, Burnley, Fulham, for example. He was there. We're not going to win anything this season without Paul Pogba, regardless of whether we think he's underachieved, overachieved, met his expectations. He's that good. But of course, I say we can't remove personal responsibility. Every player needs to play to their best all the time, and I agree he hasn't done it, but I think it's exaggerated to how bad some people say. Like he's been a flop at Man United. He hasn't. He hasn't been a flop. But he just ain't met the big
Beef Tenderloin
expectations.
says leave Pogatito or Pogito alone. Pogito.
Pogito.
Am I missing something?
That's cute. That's cute. Pogito.
Pogito.
Oh man, I like
Jailbird says Pogba was injured. It was Matic, Fred, and Bruno.
No, he wasn't. Pogba was injured before Bruno came, and then after lockdown, Pogba won the penalty against Spurs in the first game back. We drew 1-1 after lockdown.
No, he did.
Yeah.
But, all right.
No, I'm just saying to the guy who said that Pogba was injured.
I
Pogba
just
was
don't think
playing.
you can base anything off of that back end after lockdown, right? I really don't. Like that, like however many game period it was, what was it, 10 games? 10 games? I just don't think you can base anything
Who's
on
that coming on?
You know, none of them had really
Firpo.
trained properly.
Junior
things like that.
Firpo's
Left
on.
back.
But yeah, he did win it. But I'm
Nice.
saying that like mini league that was
Rodrigo
going on
off.
then. I don't think anything.
You happy with that?
Yeah, because Dallas will
Junior
go
Firpo.
midfield. It'll shore up the midfield with Dallas and who's in there? Not Dallas and Click, sorry, and then Firpo left back. Yeah, much better. The left-hand side as well, Harrison and Firpo connection. But I think Rodrigo, like we were saying, he gets overrun because his pressing etc. is not up to it. So that's a big change. Obviously, still no Calvin, but I think Dallas going in midfield will give us a little bit more control in there, get on the ball. Hopefully. We know Ollie won't change
give
it.
us your late predictions now.
2-1 still Leeds.
2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Still sticking with that.
Yeah, man.
I'm still saying 3-1, mate.
Until it's gone, I'm
I'm still
sticking
going
with it.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
3 goals second half, that'd be nice.
But a late one. Late 2-2.
I didn't give a prediction, did I? Yeah, I think
I don't think you
I'm
did.
going United now.
You think Bruno will score in the first half as well?
I think Leeds will get one. I think 2-1. Abbi might even be right. Maybe even 3-1 United.
We'll see Sancho at 70th minute, won't we? You can
Yeah, because
tell that,
Sancho's still got a goal, and that will lift the place.
If it's deadlock there, 1-1.
Such a healthy breakfast I had today. My bowl of popcorn.
Popcorn.
Toffee popcorn.
Yeah.
I had 2 slices of toast and a Budweiser.
I woke up so early this morning. I had to wake up 7 o'clock this morning, do an interview on the radio, which I promised BBC 5 Live, which I was so regretting after. You know when you lose the game, and I'm like, why did I agree on it?
I've got that tomorrow morning.
And then they had me on with Billy, the Brentford fan, and he was lovely guy, Billy, by the way. He was giving it, man. Oh my God, man. I was like, why did I agree to this, man?
I have to say, I warned you. I warned you about that game.
Yeah. They deserved it. Don't laugh too early, you know. This game ain't over yet, you know.
I wasn't saying nothing in there. I wasn't saying anything.
Don't laugh too early, man.
What I'm saying is, Ben White.
Grab me a beer as well, actually.
Or
Yeah, one of those. But is there any openers? You got to open the lads?
This is a twist one. What's that?
No, these ain't twists. These are.
Did you see Sean Wright Phillips saying
Great set, no.
that Ben White was a better signing than Rafael Varane?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't. But having said that, listen, it's his first game.
Yeah, I'm not putting it
And
on.
so, it's too early to...
I won't have a
think
bad word said about Ben White.
And
man.
he was brilliant at your pitch, wasn't
You
he?
love Ben White, don't
Yeah, he's amazing, man.
I think he's a Italian centre-back.
Best defender I've seen at Leeds since Rio. Obviously, admittedly, we were in League One,
Really?
Championship. Yeah, we were in League One Champions. But no, honestly, he's special. Like I say, I think he'll be in the England setup. He'll start for England soon enough. I genuinely believe that. Maybe Arsenal, though. I don't know.
Was he in the Euro squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He
the
played
lead
in
up,
the
yeah.
squad.
He was
That was a
in, then
nice
he was
little
out,
play.
then he was back home.
Nah, that's
It's a
rubbish.
poor ball.
Oh.
And then he got away with it.
Wan-Bissaka gets caught under that diagonal all too often for my life.
Kelechi Asika says, Princess Abbi, looking hella fine.
Thank
How come
you.
we never get these things?
I know. I try to find my best dress.
You're looking
There we
hella
are.
fine.
Robbie, you fat C, get off the set. Robbie, piss off. Robbie this, Robbie that. And she's just getting bare love.
Princess.
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 Someone else there. Quumbo the Real says, no, he says Princess Don Robbie.
You are
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
And Stuart.
Right, here's a chance.
Go on, Aileen. Strike.
Aileen with a strike. Oh!
Get in there, my man! Get in there! Play
That is a great strike.
What a strike! Come on!
What a strike! By Luke Aileen, the Leeds fans are absolutely
Get in
going,
there!
no, what a goal that was.
Woo!
now we're cooking.
Yes, man!
Wow.
Yes! Get in there!
What a goal.
Why did he get the hair out? Where's the hair, Luke, man? What a strike!
He sort of
There's
like
your man Pogba.
heavy
Where's
touch.
Pogba?
And he's just,
Pogba, where you... Oh, get in
oh,
there!
what a goal. Look at his touch there, it's heavy.
Oh!
Luke
Yes!
Aileen, former Arsenal player, by the way.
Yeah, man.
What a strike by Luke Aileen.
Luke,
That's a
come
great
on.
goal, great goal. Good player, by
goal.
the way, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been fantastic for Leeds.
See, Dallas straight in midfield, gets an assist. Top bins from Luke.
And you can't blame the keeper for that. That's absolutely flying.
Get in
man.
there.
He hit that.
Close him down, man.
Are you looking at Pogba?
Luke Aileen there, he's still celebrating. You better hope
Definitely.
VAR don't say anything up with it, you know what I mean?
Okay, I don't know.
Get
But it
in
was a
there,
great
man.
strike.
Get a lot of space.
Great moment. The game is back on.
I think Pogba should have done better there.
Yeah, where was he?
Yeah, he didn't
was
close
he?
him down, did
Just
he?
Mans was strolling. Just strolling.
Oh, I'm
But
so
but
happy with that boy.
Whenever we concede,
4 minutes.
it's
Come on.
Pogba because he cost 90 million.
No,
Pogba can't be
it actually
everywhere.
was Pogba though.
But what about where's the two defensive midfielders? Because Pogba is playing left wing today.
Yeah, but
Where's-
he's
Pogba was
nearest.
tracking him.
It doesn't matter. He's nearest to the
But
player.
where is Where is
Look at
Well,
them.
look at the Leeds fans
Get
are going
in there,
mad in
man.
Oh,
there.
but that's mental.
Oh, it must be
Get
great to
in
be in
there.
there right now. It was. You know what? Despite the fact that we lost to Brentford yesterday, just to be back in a stadium full of fans, the atmosphere.
Amazing.
No,
Well done, Luke.
you know, like last season when you score a goal, they have to put the noise on it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just to hear the real. Oh, it's brilliant.
Was it a nice stadium? It's brand new, eh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was small stadium, but nice.
You can see the road. You know, when you're from the bird, you could see the road.
What's the capacity?
Ah, nice one. It's got that 17,000.
Oh, it's small.
So that's the only thing. As away fans, you only get like 1,750.
Yeah.
I think Brentford as well. Before used to have like 4 pubs on each
Four
corner.
pot a pub on
Yeah,
each
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah. They ain't got that now. Now they've got houses and buildings on every corner.
I don't know how they've managed to squeeze it into that.
No,
It's mad, isn't it?
trust me. And the parking there is terrible. Our park's about half an hour's walk away from the stadium. And after the game, I couldn't find my car. I had to take an Uber.
Oh, good.
United not looking now. All of a sudden, Leeds are back in on them
Oh,
now.
Maguire, what was that?
Maguire
Come
giving
on,
the ball
Leeds.
away.
Leeds re-energized, isn't it?
Ball.
Keeper? No.
Oh, that
Just
could have
started
fallen
coming
anywhere.
and he doesn't.
Just dropped nice.
He's just changed the game. Pogba on the ball now.
Oh,
what a
great
ball!
ball.
What a ball
Great
by
ball.
Pogba!
Great
What a
ball.
ball by Pogba!
Come on! Come on!
Oh, Greenwood! Come on!
What a goal.
What a goal by Greenwood.
What a
And
goal.
what a ball
I
by
told you
Pogba.
Green was gonna score.
That's what Pogba can do.
Listen, talk.
I'm just saying.
Speak.
I
You
am.
asked me about Pogba the last goal. Tell me about Pogba now.
The reason you were drawing was
Tell me about Pogba now. He's the
Close
reason
your
we're
man
winning.
down,
2
track your man down.
assists. 2 assists.
Just
What a
saying.
ball.
Talk.
Do the dirty work. When it needs to
Somebody.
be done.
Speak to me.
Do the dirty work when it needs to be done.
Come on.
What a goal.
What a ball this was by Pogba.
Look
Brilliant.
at that.
Great
But
ball.
even then, the speed of Greenwood, and this is a
Great finish. That's the only place he can
Wonderful
score.
finish.
It's the only place he can score.
That is a great
Wonderful
goal.
thing. Look, he gets his head up there, looks at the target, and what a finish that was by Greenwood. They're all saying that, Ollie says it all the time that in training he's the best finisher in the club. What a finish that was. What a goal.
Great goal.
Brilliant. That's what United can do on the counter attack, and that was explosive. Brilliant goal. Brilliant game, by the way, this is. But Leeds again, just giving it, too easy to get in behind.
It was that ball, wasn't it? And do you know what you say about Greenwood? As soon as he was through, I thought that's Greenwood. It's going in the back
He's
of the net.
clinical. He's both foot as well, both feet.
Wow, we got a game here. We still, remember, only 52 minutes gone. Abby's 2-2 is on.
He's on.
So is your 3-1.
It is. I want to be wrong.
I called 2-1. I said 2-1 United.
Boring. Now we got no more goals for the rest of the game, Robin.
No, there's more goals. There's definitely goals in there.
I think there's more goals, you're right.
Pogba
on the ball.
Come
now.
on. He's
That's a
in.
great ball by Pogba.
Come on.
Here's the chance.
Something. Yes. That's it.
That's in. That's in. It's a goal. It's a goal. Bruno Fernandes again.
Oh, shite.
Again, it was way too easy. Way too easy.
Shit, man.
Way too easy, but it was in. It did look over the line. Of course, you've got the goal line technology, and that is it. 3-1
Wow.
to Manchester United, just like that. Bang, bang.
Shame.
Wow.
Real shame, because you look like you just
The Leeds
woken
United
up.
fans look absolutely stunned. Just like that.
I can't believe it. It's
See,
done
it's
for
over the line. It is over the line.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. I gotta feel it.
Over the line.
He's done
Dummy.
Firpo.
Great
Dummy
bit of
the
skill
left
there.
back.
He's
The
done
new left
Firpo.
back.
He's done him there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely over the line.
That's him.
Right decision.
Wait, was that a Pogba assist again?
It was a Pogba assist.
You're lying. Free. 90 million paid back in one game. No, I'm joking. Relax. Pogba, Bruno, Pogba,
Robbie Singh said I would
Greenwood.
focus on keeping Kane rather than talking about players. Pog quality, he said.
Listen.
I think that's for you, Abby.
I heard that was for me.
Bruno Fernandes, 2 goals already in the game.
So, Robbie, say it
He's-
properly.
he's
Bruno
already on fire.
Fernandes.
Not Fernandes today.
Say it.
And now they're running rampant. We can see another 6-2 here. Oh, it's too easy again,
done.
but
Well
they did
done.
get back
Come
at
on
him
now.
that time.
Come on now.
They're too wide open, Leeds.
Yeah.
And it's just too easy to win the ball off of them. I mean, they do some great work closing down and that, but they give the ball away so easily.
Come on.
But we need to make sure we don't get ahead of
That's
ourselves
good. That's
because
good.
they
That's a
could
great
easily
ball.
get that free
Couldn't
too.
quite get in there. Patrick Bamford's been very quiet in the game as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Missing.
QWERTY Tupop says Queen Robbie. Thank you for that. Queen Robbie now.
Pog.
And Robbie Singh says Fernandes, they said.
That's right. Hernandez.
Selfie boy Dylan says bring on Phillips. Isaac says come on United. I'm not sure what United he means here.
Leeds,
There's only one
obviously.
United.
Leeds,
There's
obviously.
only
Connor
one.
says Bruno.
Jeez.
And Jamin says United are winning the league.
At least
Slow
he said it
down.
with his chest.
Slow down.
Anthony says Pogba is world class, but he drives me mad sometimes.
What are you doing, Melly?
And King Luku says Pogba 3 assists.
Free
He
assist.
says
Give,
now
give,
shut
give,
your
give,
mouths.
Free assist. Nah.
He
Sorry.
wasn't off, was he?
Ultra Devil says Bruno.
Bruno.
And Rahul says United on fire.
He's a Portuguese magnifico.
He's not offside there.
Miguel 11 says who does Abby support? Well, let's just say the team she supports is not as attractive as she is.
I support Spurs.
Kalechi Sika says, big up yourself, Don Robbie, you revolutionary. Thank you very much.
Revolutionary.
And B says, Abbi supports Spurs. Yes, she does, unfortunately.
Saying it quietly these days.
Go on.
Degas Max says, I didn't know you had Beanie Man on the show today.
That
Is
me?
you? The Beanie Man.
Zagaza. I've been called Umtiti. This one I had a high top. Like some skin
Oh,
face.
Samuel Umtiti at
Umtiti, yeah.
Barca.
Barca. Who else? When it was a bit lower, the high top was Colature. I was down at Man City when I think it was when we beat them 3-2 when Pogba scored the 2 goals. And they're singing Colature. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, that's a bit racist because I'm black, I'm not Colature. And then after that, everyone was like, yo, you look like Colature. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe not, maybe. Who's the other one? Khalid. There's a singer or something called
yeah, you do.
Khalid, yeah.
I've got that one. Is he a singer?
Yeah, he's a singer.
I've got that
Good
one.
singer.
Yeah, so depending on who you speak to.
Jordan
They know-
Alford says, get Sancho on now, it's done.
No, relax. It's not done.
Nice.
Leeds can easily score another goal. Great block.
Inches stuff, man.
Great block. Yeah, this game ain't done. Because Leeds will just keep coming forward.
Joe, can you believe what just happened, man?
No, that's what I mean.
Just
The
blitzed.
1-1 and then-
Got 1-1, get back into it and just blitzed.
It's so disappointing, mate, I'm not going to lie. My celebrations were short-lived.
They were good celebrations, I like them.
Yeah.
Great
You
turn.
never know, we
Great
could see
turn.
him again.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
saying.
given a foul for that. It's always a tough game for Leeds going away to Man United for the first game, especially with all their new signings.
40 years since they won at Old
I think it's a
Trafford.
bit harsh, that. Is it 40 years?
1981.
40
Old Trafford is
years.
in the league. So they won in 2010 in the FA Cup. 1981.
Wow.
Wow.
Division 1 before. So never won in the Premier League at Old Trafford. I don't make the rules. I'm just a.
I don't think
Was
there
it a
was.
Were you the statistician?
A statistician. Statistician.
Excuse me while I eat my lunch and my breakfast. Popcorn.
Excuse me while I like
It
my
tastes
spliff.
nice. We're hungry.
They say to a hungry man there is no bad bread, innit?
CJ Legends 89 says Pogba may be the fastest running midfielder. May not be the fastest running midfielder. Oh, there's another chance. Bruno Fernandes is doing hat-trick! Is it offside?
What a goal that was.
Oh, what a finish. A hat-trick for Bruno Fernandes.
Oh
What a
my.
goal. What an unbelievable goal. That is it. It's game, set, and match now.
God, left Leeds up to dry.
4-1. Leeds, as I've said, have been way too
I
open.
thought he was offside.
That was just one ball over the top.
Who was that? Who played that
I don't
ball?
even know.
Better
Lindelof.
not be Pogba.
It might be Lindelof.
Oh, he's offside.
He's offside.
He's offside,
He's
surely.
off, he's off.
He
Please.
looks off
What a
there.
finish that was.
Please, let him be offside.
It
That
was
looks
offside.
I thought he was off initially, but
What a finish, though.
What a finish. My God.
Confidence is high on Bruno Fernandes. It does look offside. Let's see.
Lindelof plays that ball a lot. Usually to Rashford when he's
It's a
playing.
great ball, by the way.
That's a
It
great
is.
finish.
What a finish.
Yeah, he's offside. I'm sure he
The
is.
player on fire. Look at that. He just
Listen,
watches.
Robert.
Look at the technique.
He just runs off Robin Koch far too easy though as well.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it offside? I don't think.
Well,
I don't think they get. I don't look like they're giving
But
it.
maybe they're
Remember
actually
this year
checking
they're not
it,
doing
but they're
all
not
the
showing
lines
the
and
lines. Maybe, I
This
don't know.
may be where the new VAR kicks into play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this way. But let's see if it's offside or not.
I think it might be offside.
It doesn't say. Don't they tell you checking?
Checking
and
that
all
lead. Oh, no, play on,
yeah,
okay.
wow.
Play on. It's been given. It's a goal.
I mean,
It's a goal.
That did look offside.
It did.
So.
Looked offside, but it's been given as a goal. So
It must have been level. If it's level,
Yeah.
it's on now, eh?
Wow.
Bielsa can't believe it. 4-1 after getting back in the game. 1-1. They've been absolutely taken apart, and there's still half an hour left. CG Legend says Pogba may not be the fastest running midfielder, but give him space. He makes Di Maria and De Bruyne look second rate.
This can't be.
Oh, see, second rate's harsh.
Shrev
Second
says
rate.
Leeds should have addressed the goalkeeping position in the summer.
Don't talk wet, man. He was wanted by PSG.
Says Leeds will fight back. Great game.
Wait, you don't rate,
Huh?
people don't rate Melia?
Yeah, exactly. This it's
I think he's good.
rubbish. Yeah, he was wanted by PSG. He'll be frank.
Christian
He'll
says
take
Robbie
over.
looking pain.
Lloris.
Never had that before.
He'll take over Lloris soon.
No, Melier is a good keeper.
Yeah.
Young, he's young, isn't it?
Yeah. 21, mate. He got the most clean sheets for a player under the age of 21 last season, so...
Okay. No, Melier is a good keeper. I've
Fucking
seen better than that Ramsdale guy, that some club.
I'm angry now, you see, I'm biting these comments.
Oh, you lot buying it? I can't mention that club.
He's full of it now,
I've been
isn't he?
banned from mentioning that club on there. I want to come back at some point, so I won't say.
Do you want to come back at some point?
North London Red, we'll call them North London Red.
The North London Reds.
You now, no
86 points, 86.
No
I'll give you one.
Cavani,
86
no
points.
Sancho on yet. 4-1 against Leeds at home. Come on,
86 points.
the league's on
86 points.
for this season. This is impressive.
It is. But I also said, I said at the start, Leeds is an anomaly. We beat Leeds 6-2 last year, and Man City went on a 20-game unbeaten run. Like,
AMT says when Leeds equalised, it made Man United angry.
I want to hear that. Listen, when I to watch the whole game back, I want to hear the crowd. I need to hear this.
Yeah, you need to hear that energy.
Because this is amazing.
No, it's better without him.
That Bruno goal.
What a goal by Fernandes.
Unreal.
It's a great hat trick as well. All three
Yeah.
goals.
Was it 2 of his?
Golden boot for Bruno. When you
Bruno.
consider he's going to get about
Penalties.
10 to 15 penalties
I
as
wish
well.
I
He
put
might
him
win
in
the
my
golden
fantasy
boot.
now.
He's in my fantasy, but
I took him
I captained Salah. So now I need Salah to get a bloody hat trick to balance
I
it.
took a risk on keeping Kane in, and I was like fiddling about with it yesterday morning, and I was like, do I take Kane out, put Fernandes in? Do I move it all around? And I thought, no, it's more so much hassle to do it, and now I really regret not doing it.
I've got Bruno and Greenwood.
Not biasing.
Not at all. It's not my football. Might not be as good looking as you, but I know my football.
I'll tell you what, there's been some good goals in this game,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
The Leeds goal,
Yeah,
Fernandes,
Greenwood.
Greenwood.
Oh, man.
All right, 3 assists,
There's
3
no one
goals.
in there.
Who's the
shocking?
Nearly a great pass there by Fred.
Get up, man. What are you asking for a penalty there for? Get up.
Get up.
Jay Mojo says, do you think Man United can win the Premier League?
I see you missed the beginning of the stream.
He did, but
Have you changed your mind now?
again, change your mind after this?
I think this team.
You ain't even got the, some of the big, no Rashford, no Cavani,
No Sancho.
no Sancho out there, no Varane. Look, he's feeling good now.
Come on, you've
Look
got to
at
have
his
some
face, come on.
confidence.
I believe this team can be in a title race.
All right.
But I do believe
We've had
that
progress.
Man City and Chelsea have at least, if not better, and I would say better, squads with us, and they've clearly got better managers. And I think that will be the difference.
Well, the manager ain't done badly today, is he?
Of course he hasn't. But he ain't won the Champions League and the Premier League either, so, there's levels. Look, as you said, what we're going to lift? I beat Leeds at Old Trafford trophy. No, we want to win the Champions League and Premier League, and that's what he's up against. So I think we've got the third best, slightly, but third best squad in the league. So I think we'll finish above Liverpool. But I think the manager of Tuchel and Pep will be the difference between Man United
Ball, Luke. Hold on.
finishing second or third and winning the league. And that's my honest opinion.
I'd say we've made progress because before you weren't even saying you thought you could challenge.
Robbie asked me, will Man United win the league? I said no, and you came down on me like a ton of bricks.
No, you just said 85 points. That wasn't the question.
But 85 points for me is a title challenge. Generally, 85
You
points.
didn't say you could touch them, you said we're going to get 85 points.
That's my expectation. If
beating
we get
so
less than
easily
that,
there.
I'm going to be disappointed. If we get more, I'm going to be ecstatic. But 85 is my expectation.
Ecstatic.
The Beam Story says, Robbie, tell Neeks, big up him, blood clot self. I hear you, man, talking about the golden boot, and nobody's mentioning the penalty specialist, Bruno.
Yeah, I didn't.
And as I just, I was saying earlier, he's off to a hat-trick now. He's going to get a load of penalties this season. Yeah. He could be a shout for the golden boot.
He could. How far was he off last year?
Not that far.
Because he must have had about 20 last year, didn't he?
Well, in all competitions, he had more than 20.
He was at that
20.
far.
What do you have in the league?
In all competitions.
What do you have in the league?
Maybe
Teams, but
15?
yeah, I think it was either 15 or
What did
17,
Kane
something
get?
like that.
No, maybe 17. Might be 17. Kane got 20.
Kane had 23,
Something
I think
like that.
23, maybe. Can't remember.
But I had Salah for Golden Boot this year.
I think it was
But
23.
African Nations Cup might change that because obviously they go away in January. So
Yeah.
I mean, how do you gonna the first day of the season isn't a bad way to start, is it?
Nope,
Isn't a bad way at all.
it's not bad, you know.
Well, nobody called 4-1.
No. I was gonna say 6.
Anyone want to give some late predictions on how it might end up?
I think it
When I
was.
came here, I planned 6-2, and I thought, no, let me rein it in. I don't want to become a meme.
Now they're bringing on Sancho. Maybe that 6-2 thing might end me a bad
It's a
shot.
rude awakening for Leeds. It's rude. Joe is so quiet.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the
I'm
stat.
already on the train. On the way home.
He's like, why have I come down here?
I'd love to see the stat on how many times Leeds are giving the ball away today.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely shocking.
I didn't expect this result today. I really didn't. I thought it'd be a lot closer.
Yep, yes, we've just fallen a bit. So, especially when you consider we got one apiece, what a great goal. You're thinking, right, let's build from this and that. We've just
Yeah,
gone a
1-1,
bit,
remember?
gone to pieces. Gone to pieces.
Get up. At least we're trying to block the quick free kick.
Oh, nah.
Is it Helder Costa?
He's not the answer. Trust me, he's not the answer.
What was the question? If they think he's
Yeah.
the answer?
If Costa's the answer, then what's the question, man? I don't know who he's coming on for there either.
Yeah, giving the ball away again there. That's what they've been doing all
Yeah.
game. You cannot afford to do that constantly
Costa
against a
is
team
not
like Man
the answer.
United. You're going to get battered. And that's exactly what's happened.
Go on. Where's Shaw?
Come on! Cut back this. Look how easy that was.
Put
This
5
spread.
million on this price tag. Put 5 million. 4 assists for Paul Pogba. 4. Man said.
Mental.
Abby, speak to me.
Listen, this is what you should be expecting of him.
to me.
I'm telling you, this is what
Abby,
you should be expecting every
Talk to
game.
me. Talk to the fans.
It's an
Talk to the
expectation.
fans.
I'm saying, look at your own player.
4.
5
this is
years and he's
rough.
giving you 4 in a game.
This
That
is
should be
rough,
every
bro.
week.
Every week. See, this is the
Every week.
expectation. 4.
Every
4 every week.
goddamn
This is
week.
why Pogba can't win.
Every goddamn week.
Every week.
No, but I'm just saying, look, that's what you expect from someone with that price tag. Assists. All the time. I'm just saying. This should be a requirement.
Look how Pogba, he runs into that space.
So good today.
No one's marking
so good
Fred.
today.
Look at that.
Oh, Pogba.
It's shocking,
So good
shocking
today.
defending, isn't it?
Yeah, it
I
is so
will
bad.
lose him for free next year if
Where
we
is
get
the
him for the whole
defending?
season.
Where is the defense?
The goal as well, it's straight down the middle.
the right side.
Yeah,
It's too
Melia
easy.
should
It's
do
not like
that.
Fred is lightning quick, is it? Look, he's wrong side. Look, he's got the freedom of Manchester there. 5-1. The 6-1 shot ain't not too far off.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
Still 22 minutes
Honestly,
left.
not a good start.
No, not good at all. Like I said, man, it won't be nothing like last time, so it'll be all right.
Robbie Singh says Neeks gets gas. We can't get hype because our team is backing it, unlike Arsenal. Thank you. He says this is not even a full strength team. If United wins the league, I'm donating 100 AUDs to this channel. That's Australian.
Yeah, send that to my channel. Yeah.
Hopefully
Send that to my channel.
Hopefully you keep that in your pocket, you know. It's been very impressive by Man United.
It has.
You know what I mean?
It has, but also I would say Leeds have just not.
They've been exceptional, but Leeds
Not
have
been
been
at
Leeds have been
Abject,
very generous. I
Yeah.
should say.
poor, whatever.
God. What an unreal first game back for fans, right?
That league
Wow.
that
Not for Leeds, right?
Not for me.
That league table looking
Top of the league.
Arsenal off the bottom. What a result! What a result.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
North London Red. Sorry.
See, my worry is there's more in it as well. Do you know? Like, if
Yeah.
you
Well, we're
know.
gonna keep going forward now. There's no.
Robbie Singh says, Neeks, please ask the person to your left. Pogba who? Please focus on keeping Kane in your team.
Thank you very much. I wish I could focus on that. Listen, my criticism
They're
of
getting
Pogba,
on you, Abby.
I don't care. My thing about Pogba is that it's an opinion, and it's actually a fair opinion. If you spend that much money on a player over 5 years, you want him to be consistent in all the games, how big or small, and I don't feel like he has been. And that is a fair opinion. You can get gassed and say, yeah, okay, unreal, 4 assists today. Unreal, that's his job.
I hate you, Abby.
Yeah.
Guys, get onto her in the comments. I hate you, Abby.
GGO
goddamn
says,
job.
at least Arsenal ain't bottom now, he says. And
Exactly.
MD says, Robbie, I bet you wish Arsenal played like this, huh?
Played like Leeds, yeah.
I know, we ain't far off, I'll tell you that. From what I see. Oh,
Bald Anthony Martial, Thierry Henry season
Pending.
pending.
Where's his hair gone, man? He's done a Robbie.
Isn't he?
He shaved it all off. What's his flat
No,
top?
no distractions. Just straight goals this year. No distractions.
You look strange like that.
Yeah. That's the COVID trim. Couldn't get to the
Kelechi
barbers.
Yasika says, Neeks, leave Princess Abbi alone. Where's
Thank
your
you.
manners?
I'm the prince. I'm the prince. Give me my
Manners
G's.
cost nothing. Nothing.
And JM34 says, we need Phillips on as soon as possible.
It's a bit late now.
It's pointless
There's
now.
no point bringing him on
Might as well just let him
now.
have the afternoon
Yeah,
off.
it's pointless now, isn't it? Just for, I don't know. Yeah. Like,
I don't want to see us. Wait, who came? Matic came on.
Yeah,
Who came
Phil
off?
McTominay.
Oh, McTominay.
You gonna give an apology to McTominay or not?
Apology to McTominay. I got nothing to apologise. I think McTominay's a good player. I just don't think him and Fred as a partnership work.
For every Pogba, you need a McTominay. You need a water carrier.
Yeah, you do. I think he's need a better McTominay. A Bissouma.
Bissouma.
I'm surprised no one's actually bought Bissouma.
I know, because there was so much talk about it as well.
Crazy.
you think every time you go forward,
Here's
you look
another
like you're gonna
chance here.
score. That's
Every
not
time
foul.
you
Better
go
defending.
forward.
Well done.
And again, Leeds give the ball away. Listen, I noticed with Leeds, they tried to do this thing where it's one touch, pop, 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 but it don't always work. Jadon Sancho about to make his entrance onto the pitch.
If it weren't good before for Leeds, it's not going to be good now, is it?
You know what I mean?
Cheap in this market. 73 million. Cheap.
Kenshin says Pogba is a monster.
What's he got?
You look at it now, you've got to
Three?
keep him, haven't you?
Four.
Assists. Who's man of the match? Pogba or
Lewis
Bruno?
Brown
4
says
assists
it's
and 3
Sancho
goals.
time.
It'll go to Bruno because he scored the
Probably.
goals, won't he? But Pogba's been good.
What you saying?
I should have kept my mouth shut when he let Ayling run off him, eh? 'Cause then he
Jadon
just went on a
34
mad
says,
one. I was like, as soon as he went assist, I was like, what have I done?
GM34 says, it's a joke. He goes, I'd rather pay an 85% fit Phillips than Cock.
Yeah, but you can't play
You can't
that.
do
You
that.
can't
No,
play
it's
Phillips.
pointless.
Like if you've
It's
had
easy
no
with
game
hindsight
time.
as well to say that, do you know what I mean? Like as a Leeds fan, I know that this can happen. I'm not concerned. Next week against Everton will be fine.
Yeah.
Not concerned.
No, I mean
It's 5-1.
for the season.
For the
no, this is what I'm
season,
saying.
yeah.
So Arsenal, they have a right to be concerned for the season. But Leeds United, these things happen. You know, it happened last season 6-2.
No, but hold on, that was last season, and you always get that sort of second season
Nah,
thing.
there's no.
Well,
don't
hold on,
start-
wait a minute, we
no,
got
no,
to
no,
talk
no.
about that. Jadon Sancho, let me just break off to that, I'll come back to
you'll
that.
be fine.
Because Jadon Sancho is about to come onto the pitch
For his debut.
for his debut alongside Anthony Martial. It's Dan James coming off, ain't really done nothing.
The upgrade.
But that's a big upgrade, I'll tell you that. But Jadon Sancho about to come onto the pitch.
I'm doing a tie. Clap them all. Clap them all. Ah, see, they're clapping.
And
clapping him.
Pogba coming off.
La
He's had
Bill.
a great
La
great
Bill.
game. Pogba coming off.
4 assists.
He's getting one as well, isn't he? Sancho.
Yeah, I'd resign yourself to the fact.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Martial.
Tony
That's a good bench.
He is getting one, I think.
It's a good squad you got there.
Decent, isn't it?
One enough to challenge.
I'll give you 87 points.
Oh,
By the end, we might be on 90. And that's a win.
87.
Going back to it, I'm saying with Leeds, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant last season. But it is that second season thing now where teams have sussed you out. They know how you play. They know what Leeds are going to do. So they might work out,
I don't.
you say there's nothing to worry about, but
There's nothing to worry about. I'd put I mean, I don't own a house, but if I owned a house, I would put it down.
Good job.
Apart from
don't put your ass on it.
apart from Calvin Phillips, who's missing from your 11?
Nah, that's it.
Oh. Yeah. I might give you something.
Nah, there's
I'm
nothing to be
joking.
worried
I
about.
don't think you're in any danger. I
Well,
really
Nothing
don't.
to worry about.
There isn't, man, because we got beat 6-2 by these last season. We were all right. We finished 9th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not concerned. Obviously, this sometimes can happen. And let's be honest, Manchester United going forward, everything's clicked. They have some elite players. It is what it is. But for the season, there are 10
No, but
teams worse
it's
than us.
the
in
way
the
that
league.
you're wide open. And I'm just saying,
But
that's
that's
a
always
worry.
been the narrative, hasn't it? That's always been the narrative against.
Yeah, but it
for
worked
Leeds.
last year. Is it going to work again
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah.
I think it's brave though. Sorry, I was going to say it. Look, when we saw the lineups, I love that you went attacking. I'd love that you didn't try and just do the whole low block and sit there. But obviously, when you go somewhere like Old Trafford, and now especially, I always think with fans back, it's a totally different thing as well.
Yeah.
It just gives an extra boost.
That's a boost for Leeds though as well. People come to Welland Road, it'll be different.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that when you go to Old Trafford and you do play that open, expansive, you go like that, you can get cut open, especially when you don't have someone like Calvin Phillips in your midfield.
Leeds, the way that Leeds play and they play today is perfect for Man United.
Yeah.
It literally plays into all our strengths. Now, it's a gift and a curse for Leeds because this will get you a lot of points for the season.
It's like last season.
Yeah.
Prior to us playing Tottenham, I was worried about playing Tottenham weeks before we actually. No, but at the time though, when you beat Manchester United 6-1 and there was Kane dropping in balls over for Son, that was like a team that was just going to steamroll us. It can happen, but I know we'll be fine against Everton. We'll be fine against Burnley.
Yeah, you will.
You
will be fine. Yeah. You will be fine. But that I totally agree.
There ain't no Sheffield United here, Robbie. There ain't no Sheffield United.
You're shooting them eyes. Robbie's like, they won't be fine.
Yeah.
They will be fine.
I think if you play, I mean, it's the opening game of the season, so obviously you can see what Leeds are doing. It's not, on point yet. I don't know what your pre-season was like.
Not good.
But you can't continue to give the ball away constantly like this in the Premier League. You'll lose a lot of games.
You also win a lot, though.
It's the second season. A lot of teams know what to expect from Leeds now. I'm not saying you're going down.
No.
But it's a struggle.
It's a worrying performance. To be beaten 5-1 on your first game, it's worrying.
Think for me, and I know you might not agree, but okay, it's against our biggest rivals, etc., just like last season, but I would sooner us do what we do over the course of a 38-game season than do what Burnley do week in, week out. That's just me.
Lovely attacking football, but I don't know.
I think that, look, opening weekend is always very odd in terms of results and how things go.
You didn't say that last night, did you?
No, because that's the norm.
Well, you're all right, yeah.
Arsenal losing is the norm these days. But I just think that opening weekend, opening first 3-4 games, I think it always, it takes time for teams. Plus, there's so many players that are out still because of the Euros and various other things. I didn't see this result coming whatsoever, but I still think we'll be fine. I don't think it's that
CJ Legend 89 says at least after this game, Robbie, you'll be pleased to know that Arsenal are not rock bottom of the league. Yeah.
Arsenal went from 100 to 0, innit?
Milo says second season syndrome.
Thank you so much.
I won't have it, Robbie, now.
Listen, I'm just saying it's a worrying performance. Because
of course, when you concede 5 and you only score 1, at your rivals, of course it's worrying, but for the course of the season, am I worried? No. Am I concerned? No. Do I think we'll beat Everton next week?
Do you think that maybe, and we know that Bielsa sort of has his way of playing, but do you think that sort of man-to-man type marking, pressing, when you're going to go away to teams like this, he needs a rethink maybe for these type of games?
Maybe. Like obviously, Manchester United have better players than Leeds, so if they can break the press, break the man mark, then of course we can leave ourselves open. I think we're willing to accept that though as a fan base, just based on performances when it does click right. I don't want to see no manager coming in, let's say for example, and just totally flip it and us 11. It would just be boring, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen, I like how Leeds play, but the only thing is that just have to be
cautious.
I think they've got to be a bit more. I think they've got to be a bit more streetwise when they go away to places like this. I remember actually when we played you last year. I think it was at the Emirates. It was the same thing. You were so wide open.
And I think
what was that? That was about 4. We put about 4 past you that day, wasn't it?
Something like that.
How
we didn't win the game at Ellen Road is beyond me.
Yeah, you should have won that game. But I was just thinking to myself that day, I was like, I love how Leeds play, man, but you can't come to the Emirates and play like that.
Yeah.
Where did you finish in the table?
8th.
Yeah, we finished 9th. About 2 points difference. So give me Leeds United over the course of a season rather than...
That was last year.
No, but it'll be the same this year.
I'm just saying, they're going to be very... I don't know.
I think it's just, Bielsa likes to play one way and he's very set in the way he plays. And I think that is the one thing that he doesn't... and fair enough, that's his philosophy. It's worked for him in the past, but he doesn't want to adapt where it might needed to be adapted in certain places. It's brave going to Old Trafford and doing
very
that.
brave.
And look, it could pay off.
Yeah.
But obviously today it doesn't
Some
pay
people
off.
might say stupid.
So, yeah, exactly. And sometimes you take a risk and sometimes you don't. But that is the thing. Same with how you were at Arsenal last season. And, you know, if you.
But then you flip it and we beat Man City at the Emirates. You know, we beat Man City at the Emirates. We were the only team. Etihad, sorry. We were the only team not to get beat at home by any of the so-called Super Six. So it does work.
Last year.
But this
I know you can.
But the thing is,
I'm not trying to. I do have to say.
Yeah,
it,
no,
I have to say it.
of course.
Because people are going to say.
That'll be the narrative.
Exactly.
100%.
That's going to be the narrative. It's going to be second season
and I'll have to bat it away all the time.
You are going to get that until next week.
Yeah. No, I know it. As soon as this is done, you had Joe Cole. I checked on Twitter. Apparently, Joe Cole before the game was talking about Leeds always burn out after 70 minutes. That is not true. It's lazy. So the fact that I know that, again, lazy journalism pundits that don't really know much about the game are going to sit there and go, ooh, second season syndrome. But it's not going to happen.
You couldn't Robbie a lazy.
No. That was.
I never said they burnt out after 70 minutes. They burnt out today after about 60 minutes.
No, but the thing is, I think last season Leeds could get away with this because you're a newly promoted side. But I think, and I'm not saying we spoke earlier, I think you're going to be top 10 again. But there comes a point where your expectations of the club need to change in the sense that, all right, now we want to get into Europe. You said, well, some of your fans are already saying you should be up there.
Yeah, true.
And that means that these games can't happen.
No.
You need to play in this game like you did at Ellen Road. A bit more conservative, sit back a bit and hope to get a point. Doesn't mean you have to play like Burnley or play like Stoke.
No, I get that. I do.
But you need to pick and choose your moments. So play a bit more defense against Man United. And then when you play Burnley and Everton, go full throttle. Because you showed even last season you could do it. You didn't play the same way in every game last season as much as people think you did. You reined it in at times and went so. I
actually think there's going to be a bit of a difference with Leeds this season in that I think what will happen is at home they're going to be very strong because they're going to be playing their brand of football and they're going to have their fans there. And that's going to make a huge difference at home.
Yeah, that will be.
But I do feel away from home they might suffer playing the way they do because a lot of teams are going to be like, all right, especially we'll do low block and counter you. You know what I mean? So. But I do think. Listen, I'm not saying Leeds are going to go down or anything like that.
It feels like it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Leeds won't go down. I wouldn't want Leeds to go down because they're one of the most entertaining teams in the league. But I'm just saying that they just need to get a bit more streetwise. When I watch this game today, they've just been the amount of times they've given the ball away, and it's just because of the way they play, which is just basically. It's just like man-to-man marking, isn't it?
Very direct.
And look at it now. Look how many players in the Man United half. They've got about 6 players there. They're losing 5-1, so if United break that,
so much space, much space.
So if United break that, they've got like, and these are quality players.
But I think at this point though, it's like I get what you're saying, I do, and I understand the point you're making. But we're 5-1 down. What does it really matter?
But I'm saying, all right, that's true now.
Had we have gone 1-0, would you say just
all game?
Yeah.
Right?
So had we have gone 1-0, do you think then Bielsa would you prefer, say, if it was your guy, to say, right, let's sit back, let's defend this for a bit, let's see.
Yeah,
I think
and try and get a foothold.
You've got that goal back. Sit in a little bit. Get back in.
You know what I mean? The easiest time to concede is when you
Straight
score.
out there,
And the thing is, right, all the pressure. When you're away from home and now you've got that goal back, all the pressure's on Man United because their fans are going to be like, come on now. So you just sit back a little bit and then they're going to have to come at you and you can counter them. But the way you guys are playing, it's like you're full throttle on the front foot, everybody forward all the time.
100 miles an hour all the time. They're not actually reading the game.
And then, Manchester United, this is a good chance.
Go on, Tyler.
Here's a chance. He's got scored.
Saved!
He shanked it wide. That's Rafinha.
Wow.
As if, man.
Poor finish.
As if.
Should have scored that.
Yeah.
But that's exactly it. When the second half, when you come back out, you look like you're a bit more aggressive, a little bit tighter and stronger. You got the goal, and then after that, obviously, you conceded so quickly after it, and you couldn't really recover and get your head around it. But that's the thing. How you came out in that first 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
If you would have just sat back after you got the goal and just trying to sort your positioning out and held it a bit, might not have been as bad as it is.
I can see your point, but he's just never.
No, he's never gonna ever.
Look at the press. Look at the press.
Yeah.
Got 5 men and look.
Listen, you got to admire the
So
way
if you win it, you're on attack.
Yeah,
But if you lose it,
You're-
then
yeah.
it's
You're
6-1.
dead. And you're up against Manchester United, one of the best counter-attacking teams in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, with quality
Well done,
players.
sir, Paul. Well done.
Yeah, there was,
So that is true.
there was a pullback earlier.
What did you guys make of the VAR today then, where it's not lines and things like that?
Well, I think
we're not complaining about it,
Yeah,
are we?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
There's
Well,
no
we-
talking point if
Yeah.
you can't see it.
We've just taken it as that we all thought it was offside, but we've all taken it that they've said it's not offside, so we're not even talking about it.
We might see it back later and think, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, because it did
Yeah,
look
because
from that
some-
angle. It did look offside.
Yeah.
There'll be some network out there who have
The
Yeah,
line.
got the
do
lines
that,
and
yeah.
shown it out there. But I think, as you said, in the Euros,
No, we didn't
you
know,
just
did
get
we?
on, Champions League as well, they don't really show it. And then they might just show one line, where's the foot? And it's like, just get on with it. Just get on with it. If we're going to trust, I say trust. We accept that the referee on the field has to make a decision. Then we accept the referee off the field and
I
make a
think,
decision
and
as well.
that's obviously how we used to be before VAR. So it's kind of going back to how it was pre-VAR.
3 minutes to go.
5-all.
Who's your man in the match, Abby?
Say it with chest.
I'll give it Pogba. Well, actually, I could give it to Bruno.
You could.
I could.
I don't mind.
I'll give it to Pogba. I'm going to give it to Pogba purely because that's what I expect of Paul Pogba.
All right, so Pogba.
Yeah,
Neeks?
I'll give it to Pogba. I'll give it to Pogba. 4 assists. 4 assists in the game.
Not Bruno.
No, and it's not a shade on Bruno because if I gave it to Bruno, you can say no
Hat-trick.
Pogba. I know, but 4 assists in the game. When does that happen?
Start as you mean
That
to go
doesn't
on.
really happen.
Start the season as you mean to go on.
And we're not winning next game 5-1. Maybe I might
Who have you got next game?
You know what?
Say Arsenal.
You know what? I have no idea. I know that we've got a
we've
good
got
start to
Chelsea
the season though. I want to say
You've got
maybe West
Chelsea
Ham or
next?
something like
Chelsea, then City.
Next.
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
Easy
Arteta
start
might
to
be gone
season.
before Kane.
yeah.
That's what I
Arsenal
said.
be
Kane
down.
will be there when we play City. That's our third game. Lukaku will be playing next week when we play Chelsea, and then the next game we've got City. Kane will be there.
Serious question. If you lose those first 3 games, which is a very high possibility, what's
Manager. To
you
me.
think after 3
I
games?
don't think he would.
Trust the process,
I
Abby.
don't think he gets sacked, but I think
They
if
should.
he lost the first 3, considering we finished 8th the last 2 seasons, for me personally, but I don't think it would happen because they've invested.
Yeah, big time.
They've invested in him as
Yeah.
a person. I mean, but
Be
it's a
funny.
tough start. But
Yeah, I give
so
it
your
to
man
Pogba.
in the match, you've
give-
gone
I'll give it to
Pogba, you've
I've
gone
gone Pogba.
Pogba.
Just.
Luke Ayling for that goal.
Luke Ayling.
I was
I was going to go Luke Ayling as well. I'm going Luke Ayling as well. Big up Luke Ayling, man. That's a fantastic goal.
I think Bruno's days took his finish
Bruno?
as well, though, hasn't he? And
Yeah.
Pogba, like you say, 4 assists. He's been good.
I think I'll give it to Bruno. When you score a hat trick, you've got
I
to
hear
give it.
you. I hear you. Well, he'll get the match ball at least, so that you can't take that away from him.
But Pogba has been absolutely outstanding. He created them all, innit? So
And this
you
is good.
relax.
When
It's
you,
going to be a nice
when
weekend.
you have the early kickoff as well, the early kickoff,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
happens
yeah.
from here on in,
It sets you
whatever, I
up
don't
nicely for the
care.
weekend.
We're 5-1.
Early kickoffs are the best to win.
Yeah, the worst
The
to
And
lose.
the worst of
lose.
it. No, actually, the
Friday.
Friday night because you've got the whole weekend. You got to watch everybody on Saturday, everyone on Sunday. You
To
know.
be fair though, 4:30 on a Sunday is not good because then you've got to go into work Monday and you're in
No,
a
but you know what?
worse
4:30
mood
on a Sunday, you can survive it because you can just lock yourself away for a little
for the
bit
night.
and avoid people.
And then work from home on the
And
Monday.
then
Work from home Monday.
when I come into work, like everybody is an Arsenal fan, so
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. So we can just all
course.
It's a
refuse.
shame that there's only a few of us in here today because I was really looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah, shut up. You know what I mean?
They're all in mourning.
Yeah.
Strike.
Oh, I'm back in here Monday. Oh,
Go
this
on
could
then.
this could go the wrong way for me.
You're not welcome. Oh yeah, if you lose, you're welcome.
If we lose, this could be.
But you got City, innit?
City.
Sunday.
City Sunday.
I mean, that's a game, man.
Guys, don't forget as well, later on this afternoon, we've got another watch along. We're going to be doing the Norwich-Liverpool game. Could there be a shock in that game? It's going to be interesting to see what Liverpool do this season actually,
Yeah.
and how good Liverpool are going to be this season.
Come on, Pookie.
So they're bringing in the
We having
champagne
a-
glasses.
We're having a toast.
Toast to
The winner celebration.
Toast to La Bill. That's what we're calling it. Toast to La Bill. That's it.
It's Fred.
Oh, no, too far.
See, just not has that finesse.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Sancho. Sorry.
Waste the money.
We say
Man.
waste the money, yeah.
What a waste of money! What a waste of money! I could have done that.
Listen, you're talking about losing the early kickoff. I've got a 3-hour train journey back with this in my mind.
You know what?
Bro, I
God.
feel your pain, man.
Earlier when you said it was a long journey, yeah, I was so tempted to say it's going to be a long journey back. I didn't want to jinx it. But it's going to be a long journey.
That's the worst thing about football, man. When you go to you go to like Burnley, Newcastle, or something, you get beat. Then you come out of the ground and getting it from their fans.
The worst thing about Newcastle is climbing up them stairs, man.
Oh gosh, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You need brakes to
And
go up.
then you got to drive all the way home, man. And then you got to turn the bloody radio off
With
because
Ty telling you that, trust the process.
listen, I don't get that guy. He ain't coming in my game. Man. He's joking. Because if we win, he's too much. We're going to win the league. And if we lose, he'll be telling me to, no. I need people who feeling the same pain as me. Yeah. Although he is feeling the pain.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Huge fan. What's that, 3 minutes stoppage time?
Yeah.
Snuffing out
About 30 seconds left. It's going to be 5. Well, I'm saying that, but chasing in defeat for Leeds.
Well, it's just
It's
look.
real surprising. They got back into the game 1-1.
Yeah. It's what is it? 11 goals.
Yep. Always another chance here.
penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's a
all day
penalty,
long.
surely.
It is a
No,
penalty.
he hasn't given it.
He's taking the piss, eh?
Oh, and Maguire looks guilty there as well. I must say.
That's a penalty all day long.
Looks a
Rest of
penalty
it.
there.
Let's see.
That's a. Ooh, has he
We'll
kicked?
put it like this. He
It's
pulled
true.
out of it, but
Has he kicked Maguire?
Yeah,
Or
I
is that
think,
clumsy
yeah.
Maguire's run across?
See, to be honest,
David
that's,
Luiz got a red card for that last year.
VAR last season would have given that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? They've changed the rules, haven't they?
David Luiz.
Well, let's see, 'cause
he
it's
got
VAR
one
checking
night
it.
as last year.
No, it's not a pen.
Yeah, David Luiz got sent off for it.
He got
'cause
sent
outside
off
the
for that.
box.
Yeah,
Outside
last
the
man
box,
back.
last man.
And change the rules. To be fair, Tyler's touch was terrible. It shouldn't have been gone that far. He should have been able to just touch, bang.
Nicholas Heinzer says never a penalty. That is it. The final whistle is blown, and that
Look
is
at him there,
it.
shouting. He's got a half and half scarf, Man United lead. What's he doing? To enemies, he's giving it. This
He was a
he's
Leeds
got
fan, he's a
half
Leeds
and
fan.
half. Give it over. He's
That's a
got
Man
half and
United
half
fan, half and
scarf.
half.
And he's going like that. Does he not realise
Forgive him. I don't know where he
No,
got
I
that.
don't think so. See, this is what's in that ground. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. That just epitomises it all. Half and half scarf, Leeds, Man United. It's like getting a Liverpool Man United one or an Arsenal
Yeah.
Spurs one. You just don't do that.
Imagine.
And half and
You're
half.
all right there.
Better get that. What a win!
He's in the back. He didn't even back his own team to win
Do you
the
know
league
what?
this
That's
year.
made me feel better. Seeing that guy in the ground in half and half.
Tell you what made me feel good.
Man United.
That fifth goal.
Man United.
Sweet.
Joe.
Gutted, mate. I'm not going to lie. It's because it's them, isn't it? And what's that now? 11 goals conceded, 3 scored in the last 2 at Old Trafford. It's not great. We'll be all right, though. I'm not concerned. We'll beat Everton next weekend. My thing is, like you were talking, last season I had to bat off Biel's burnout. I know now for the next few weeks it's going to be second season syndrome. And I don't believe in that stuff. So it's just going to have to, look, we were beaten by the much better side. Pogba was immense. Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes. It was always going to be tough. When we got that goal, what a finish, I'm thinking, we're going to go on and do this. But obviously, we just went to pieces. So, what can I say?
Before I come to Nice, let's go to Dave. Dave, round it up for us, mate.
Wow, what an absolute crazy half that was. Absolutely immense from Man United. The statistics, of course, Leeds, I think Man United kept a bit less of the ball in that half, but they were very potent in attack, very potent attack. Of course, Pogba with 4 assists across the game. That is just incredible. He's obviously, what I was telling in the first half, he had a lot of freedom to move along the pitch, and Bruno Fernandes, hat-trick across the match as well. And when you look at the statistics, I mean, Man United pretty much dominated the game. 15 goal attempts, 9 shots on target, 5 of them, of course, converted. 6 off target. Again, set pieces weren't really dominant across the match, but if you look at it, Man United were really dominant. And you've got to say, who was the man of the match actually during the game? Was it Paul Pogba or was it Bruno Fernandes? And I think the star ball of today was Lindelof, that pass that he gave to Bruno Fernandes around Leeds' defence. Bruno Fernandes done a little a cheeky Ronaldo, obviously, cut back and then just laced it back into the goal. So overall, Man United completely dominant, and you can see by the scoreline 5-1. And yeah, Man United absolutely storming into the lead across the Premier League. But it's only the first game. What can we expect across the rest of the season from Man United? And Sancho hasn't even come on. He just came on today.
Don't touch that. You're saying never
Nicks is
touch
close
that.
to it. Nicks
Never
is
touch
close to it at the
that.
moment.
Never
That's
touch
not
that too
85
early.
points. Don't touch it.
Is it on its way?
87.
Is it on its way to Manchester?
87 points guaranteed.
And where in Manchester is it on its way to?
God. Listen, I think the point that is it Dave made. Who's the man of the match, Pogba or Bruno? That is what we need every game. Because Bruno's carried us for long enough, and I'm not going to discount the likes of what Pogba's done, Rashford, Cavani, but every game we should be asking, who was the best player on that pitch? It can't just be one, because the same thing you ask when Man City play, the same thing you ask when Chelsea play or Liverpool. This is what we want to see for the whole season. Brilliant performance. I didn't expect it. I said 3-1, and I thought it would be a tighter game. I mean, they exceeded all my expectations, man.
I'm disappointed in Leeds. I am. I think that Calvin Phillips is clearly a massive miss for you. But I think that, like when I asked you earlier, who else is missing out of your starting 11, and you said no one. That is the only concerning thing. But I will give it the benefit of the doubt that it is only the first game back. And as I've said, first games are always a bit weird, as they are anyway. United looked far better than I actually anticipated for them to look. Without having Varane, without having Sancho. But as I said, with Paul Pogba, that's what I want to be seeing of Paul Pogba every week. I think that's what he needs to be bringing to United if you are to be in with challenging for the league. Your key players like a Pogba have to be doing that. We know that Bruno Fernandes does it anyway. So it's another him you're looking at. But it's the consistency with Pogba, and it's doing it big games, small games, every game. Because when you can see he can do it like that. But and hopefully if he continues to do it, then you should be up there, challenging. And that's where I expect United to be with that squad, regardless of who's in charge.
Let me ask. We asked it at the start of the show. We're going to ask it again now, right? After seeing a performance like what we've seen, Manchester United there winning their first game, opening game, 5-1. No Cavani. Jadon Sancho only coming on for like about 10 minutes, but he's going to be one of the main men this season. He's had an amazing assist record across the European football for the past couple of seasons. Unbelievable player. A resurgent Pogba, right? You've got Rashford to come back into the team. You have Martial today on the bench. You've got Cavani to come back. Of course now, you announced at the start of the game, Raphael Varane. Varane's going to come into that defence. You've got Raphael, Varane and Maguire with backing them up. You have Bailly and Lindelof. You've got Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, left back and right back, right? You have, in the goalkeeping department, De Gea. You have Henderson and Tom Heaton. 3 quality keepers. This question now has to be asked, and I'm asking this now seriously, not the banter that we had earlier on. Can Manchester United win the league? When you look at the other teams, that squad is comparable to Manchester City, it is comparable to Chelsea, it is comparable to Liverpool. It's a great squad. You've got all the tools now to get the job done. Can Manchester United win the league this season?
I think we've got a better squad than Liverpool. I think we'll finish above them. I think we've got a comparable but slightly lesser squad to Chelsea. A comparable but lesser squad to Man City. I think this team should challenge for the title, but I think the managers at both Man City and Chelsea will be the difference between challenging for the league and winning the league.
But it could be the breakthrough moment for Oli.
It could be.
It could be because when you think about last season, and yes, you came second, and yes, you was quite far off of it, but you had a horrible start to the season.
We did, and we actually went top of the league.
And
in
then you
January.
went on this great run, and the way the team's set up, the way it counter-attacks and that, if you're starting off now with a good start to the season, and you beat Man City last season as well, that was,
You beat them twice. No,
Right.
just once.
you beat Chelsea last season. Can it be done? Is this the time? All the tools are there now? Is this the time that Oli has to forget about comparing him to the other managers? Does he now have to lead this team to the title, or that's it for him?
Well, this is what I say. I think this is the defining season for Oli. Because, as I said, this is the best squad we've had since Fergie, without a shadow of a doubt. And you give credit to him for building it, because other managers have tried and failed to build proper squads. He has built this squad that we're now saying is capable of challenging for the league. Now he has to prove whether he is good enough to actually go up against the best, the world-class managers in those similar positions to go and win the league. And or just win trophies in general, because we failed to do that. He hasn't done it. He hasn't even won a trophy at Man United. So I would be a bit foolhardy to sit here and say, I trust that he's going to do it, because he hasn't proved that to me. But I hope that he can prove to me, and all the other Man United fans, whether they back him or they doubt him, he can prove that he can sit at the top table with these managers, with the squad available. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a defining season for him. I'm not going to say if he doesn't win it, he has to be sacked. We assess that at the end of the season. But without a shadow of a doubt, at the end of this season, I think most people can make a judgment on how good Oli is and whether he's good enough for Man United.
Okay.
What about you, Joe? I mean, I know you don't want to discuss them, but
Okay.
can they win the league after that performance? What you've just seen, do they have all the tools? You know, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, Jadon Sancho, Cavani,
For me,
Rafael Varane.
Oli is a tool, but I mean he's one of them tools. Do you know what I mean? So for me, he's the reason why they won't win the league.
You think he's the weak link?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he took Cardiff down, didn't he? I know he won stuff at Mulder and that, but I don't even think he should have the job personally. I think, look,
but he's proven himself now, isn't he?
I wouldn't say so.
Is he not every season? Is he not sort of step by step getting better?
But I can't stand them, but Manchester United shouldn't be. It's not. They should be better than what they are, if that makes sense. They shouldn't be acceptable. Like Leeds, I'm sure doesn't accept. Oh well, we got to a final as opposed to losing in 4 semi-finals under Oli. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not good enough. They're not. If Oli wasn't there, they're not 100%. As much as it pains me to say it, but I just don't think Oli showed us that in games. Like look at the Europa League final. I think for me, he puts an 11 on the pitch and just. I know everyone says it, but. I could put an 11 out and just go, right, there you go. Do you know what I mean? I just think he's shown in the biggest games, like with Villarreal, he's just not tactically astute to make the changes at the right time that will win in the game, whereas someone like Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, they are.
He has got one over those managers though. He has beaten like Pep before in games. You know, last season he got one over Pep a few times. You know, he's beaten Klopp. You know what I mean? So he has gone up against those big guys.
I think Oli gets a lot of disrespect. In terms of how bad people think he actually is. But we're talking about Man United, we're talking about winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. And at that level, these are, Pep's won 2 Champions Leagues, Tuchel's won 1, Klopp's won 1. They've all won multiple league titles. That's what he's going up against. And fairly, because of the club he's managing, that's who we're comparing him against. He ain't no PE teacher. He ain't even a manager who took Cardiff down. That's 10 years ago or so, around that time. He is good for Man United at the moment, but if we're talking about taking the next step, because we were a mess when Jose left us, and he has brought us back to a position where we're even talking about Man United winning the league, and 2.5 years ago, we're talking about are Man United going to qualify for Champions League, and Oli's a part of the building process, but it's about can he make that next step, and listen, he's up against some tough managers and tough teams and competition. It's not a one-man league, as I said. There's a lot of competition, but I'm hopeful.
All right, Abbi, what about you? Can Ollie and should Man United win the league this season, or can Ollie steer, which is a really good team now, really good squad, to winning the league?
I'm similar with how Neeks is, because I think that he gets a lot of disrespect. I think we can't take away that from the level United were at when he came in to where they are now, they have definitely improved. The fact they haven't won anything is a slight concern, but I would also say that I don't think he's had completely the right squad. I think there's been areas of United that have still not been 100% there, or it hasn't been the right fit, in certain areas. So I'd say now, this is, for me, this season is his biggest test, because I understand that people will look at him and say he's not, tactically astute and he's not the best manager, and that's fine, because you're comparing him to Pep Guardiola, Klopp, Tuchel, who've all managed massive clubs, beforehand. They've won massive things, and he was managing in a Norwegian league, and you can't compare the two. However, you could look at someone like, for example, Pochettino, who again hasn't won anything. He's won a few French Cups, whatever. It's nothing major. But you can look at him and say, well, United wanted him and he hadn't won anything. But you can see what he's trying to do. So this, to me, is a massive season for Ollie, because he has the squad now. So for me, it's a minimum. He has to win something. Whether he's not. I don't think they'll win the Champions League. I don't think they'll win the Premier League. I think City is still better. But I think that you're looking at Carabao Cup, FA Cup. You've got domestic cups they can win. Qualifying for the Champions League, and for me, if he wins a trophy of some kind, that's a step. It's another step, because he's already getting them in the top four now. 2 seasons consistently. So the next step is a trophy, and I think with that squad, finally, it's looking like a squad that is good enough to challenge and should be a talking point. Because the fact that you finished second the last 2 seasons, honestly, not being rude, but I don't think that's anything to go by. 2 COVID-affected seasons, massively injuries, back-to-back seasons. I just don't think that's something you can compare it to. And I'd say the same for any team involved. If Spurs are in there, I'd also say the exact same thing, honestly. So I think this is the first season we're back to normal. Fans are back in the stadium. Hopefully, may that continue. No fresh injuries, bar obviously Rashford, really, for you guys. New signings. Big season for Ollie to challenge and prove himself as well, because I think that he hasn't really had to prove much the last couple of seasons. You've still been in that transition, but now it's the next step. You've got to win something and try and get that winning mentality back at United.
All right, well, I want to ask you guys out there, should this team, this Manchester United team, be good enough to win the league? Can Ollie steer this team to win the league? And is it time to start putting some respect on Ollie's name? Because, the team is improving year on year. So is it time to start putting some respect on his name? I'd love to hear from you guys. We come to the end of the stream today. I want to thank Joe for coming down. I know you had a long
it was
trip.
rough.
You got a long trip back. But listen, it's been amazing having you on, man.
Thank you,
I'm a
man.
passionate Leeds fan.
Pleasure.
I do think you guys will improve this season, so I want to thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much for coming down.
Yeah.
Neeks, just before you go, of course, we got to do our customary celebration, which is the Don Robbie Champs. Right, there you go. Right, so
Get a big glass.
there's one for Abbi.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, the losers don't get none.
No, I don't drink. I don't drink anyway, so you can keep
But you
it.
can have another beer.
I'll have a water. I'll have a water.
The cheap stuff.
Congratulations going out to you, Neeks. You looked a bit stressed when it got to 1-1.
I did, because I was like, we were bearing the first half. He had that Pogba chance that he should have scored, and this is what happens when you don't take your chances. But to get the 2 goals back so quick,
Yeah.
I mean, that just relaxed me. I was like, all right, these guys aren't messing around today.
Well, as tradition goes, the winner gets the champs. So congratulations going out to you.
And the match. I'm going to be drunk. I need to eat something.
And
Thank you ever so much.
Enjoy.
and we say congratulations going out to Manchester United, and congratulations going out to Neeks.
Congrats.
5-1 winners today, and thank you very much to you guys for watching the stream. Loads of you were on it. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Don Robbie channel. Don't forget you can check out Joe's channel. Where they find you, Joe?
Yeah, Just Your Football Show. please do subscribe. All that pain I've just gone through, help a brother out.
Help a brother out, man. Help a brother out. And Neeks, where can they find you?
Neek Sports everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as well.
All right, make sure you check them out. And don't forget, we're going to be back for another watch along. We've got Norwich coming up against Manchester United, against Liverpool at 5:30. Abbi's going to be hosting that one. I'll still be in here as well. So make sure you check that one out. But congratulations going out to Manchester United. 5-1 winners over Leeds today. And also cheers to Dave. I nearly forgot
Big up, Dave.
Big up, Dave. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.